what's going on, Steve?
Welcome to Fully Baked Radio, live from Trenton, New Jersey. Live from Sativa Cross Studios, from Chris Christie's office. What's up, Flip? Good, buddy. I had to take your mic away from you because, you know, we can't do the call screen.
What's up?
There we go.
It's Fully Baked Radio, live on fullybakedradio.com.
We're here with Jim Miller, and your name is Vlad or
Slava.
Slava or Slava. Hey, get on the mic there. Here. I need to know this. People want to know, what is your actual name?
Well, the proper way to pronounce my name is Vyacheslav.
Vyacheslav.
Yeah, everybody, including my mom, calls me Slava. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Vyacheslav. And so we can call you Slava or Slav?
Slava's cool.
Slava.
Yeah.
And what nationality is that?
That's from Russia, former Russia, but now the region where I was born, it broke off as Belarus now, so it's its own country.
Now, I see you all the time walking around Trenton and filming us, and you filmed us in a limo one time and all that stuff. How did you get involved in the marijuana movement?
Well, I've been a marijuana activist ever since I was, I want to say, 13 to 14 years old. And, you know, I've been around the marijuana community all my life. And this is something that I enjoy doing, since it is helping a lot of people out there, you know. And you know, I've been through you know, trouble with the police for marijuana related issues, and you know, I've been advocating very, very hard ever since that happened, as a matter of fact. And now that we're all coming together here in Trenton, and you know, we're sort of to say, you know, joining our forces together and becoming really strong, you know. It's really cool.
It's unstoppable,
really cool,
bro. Unstoppable. You know, give us a bunch of marijuana cards and geez.
Give us a minute there.
I spoke too soon. We are actually unstoppable. We are stoppable because they have sent, the Illuminati has sent the lawn people to come screw with us.
Y'all,
Thank you.
That's not gonna stop anything. we actually have online right now Steve Auerbach, our special guest who was in the studio on Monday.
We can't take his call right now. We can't take his call right now. We can't take his call right now. It's going to be impossible. Steve, can you hold on a minute, buddy? We got a lawnmower here. We have an unintentional technical difficulty here. We have a lawnmower, and just stay on the line with us. We're going to try to get through this. I'm not sure. He has a small lawn here.
I'm gonna give you a call back, Steve.
Yeah.
Or before 12, hopefully.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, there's no way we're going to hear him on here because.
We're gonna be able to do a show.
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
Nice.
Go interview him and find out how long he's going to be here. Go ahead, go up to him.
Just give.
Go up to him. Go up to him. Take the mic. Hey, Jim, let the camera see this guy. I want the camera to see this guy.
How you doing, my friend?
Let's see.
Right.
Move the
Good. Do you support legalization of marijuana?
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Good. How long are you?
It's good for medicine.
It's good for medicine. There we go.
Yeah.
How long is you gonna take this? Because we're on the internet, a lot of people are watching us. Just a question.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean,
Like 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes more.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Well, at least we're going to make it interesting. At least our podcast is interesting. So, how 5 minutes we got?
5 minutes you got. Yep.
Jesus.
But he
Come on,
does.
man.
Hey, listen, guys. This gentleman right here supports the legalization.
I like that.
And he, you know, he just said it right now. He's pro medicine, you know. So
How can he not be?
There you go. You can't beat that.
Did you find out where he's from?
We should find out if they paid him to come at 11 to 2.
Yeah,
I think they did that.
Go ask him if they paid him extra to come out here now. Might as
now?
well. Hey, might as well make a bit out of it.
Yeah.
He's going to ruin our freaking show. Jesus. Let's have some fun with it. Here.
Quick question, my friend. Did they pay you to come out here right now? A little extra? Say yeah.
Yeah, pay the rest.
Yeah.
No.
It's a conspiracy.
I don't know, man.
That was for the violation of FCC.
What did you say, Jim? I didn't say anything. Did I violate FCC?
No, we might as well wait till this dude.
Did I?
So he said they paid him a little bit extra to come out here right now.
They paid him a little extra.
Oh yeah.
Chris Christie probably paid him, right?
Yeah, he probably tipped him.
We've
out of
been
his
busting
pocket.
Chris Christie's balls
Yeah.
for a long time now.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. We made a video. Did you see the video we made last week about Chris Christie sitting on the toilet?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was awesome.
What'd you think about that?
I laughed my ass off first off, but you know it definitely depicts you know what's going on with him. You know what I mean?
Do you think we created a monster? Do you think we made Chris Christie actually look good?
No.
No, you know, I think
No,
he's
hell no.
likable in that video. I think we made a mistake.
Yeah. It was a little bit too soft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He seems likable in the video. And that's
Yeah.
not what, that
Yeah,
wasn't our
we don't
intention.
want to help him out.
No, that wasn't our
No.
intention, man.
No, we don't want to help him out. No.
So,
I mean, we're nice people. We'll if people want to help us out, you know, we'll extend the favor. But you know,
Yeah.
no, he's not trying to help anything out.
well, how true is it that Ed Fortune said that if you get high with me, you'll win the presidency? I think he's true. I think Weedman's right.
I think so too.
I think he would absolutely win in a landslide. It wouldn't even be close. Hillary? Who the hell wants Hillary in there? People want an answer to Hillary. We don't want Hillary in there.
yeah.
Christie would be great if he smoked weed. Oh man,
Yeah.
Forget it.
It'd be magical.
Flip. Who would you vote for, Hillary or Christie or anybody else?
Whoever smokes weed,
So if Christie smoked weed, you'd vote for him.
he might get my vote.
Oh,
He has
boy.
to
Yeah.
legalize it. He can't just smoke it.
Yeah, he can't just
He
smoke
has to
it.
legalize
Yeah,
it.
no.
Because there's tons of politicians that smoke weed, do coke, whatever, but they don't want to have it legalized because they don't make money off of it. So
Yeah.
if he legalizes it, hell yeah, I'll vote for Christie hands down.
Who would you vote for otherwise in the election?
Whoever wants to legalize weed.
So like Green Party,
I'm
Libertarian.
actually going to. I've never registered to vote. I don't believe in voting. I think it's a scam. But I'm going to register to vote, and my whole thing is I'm going to vote for whoever is legalizing weed. So right now, NJ Weedman has my vote. Not sure who else is going to be running, but if Ed's in the race, definitely has my vote.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think voting is a scam?
Look at the whole Al Gore and George Bush thing. Like, if you can manipulate it one time, you can manipulate it 1,000 times, whether it's
That's right.
publicly or behind the scenes, you know? So that's just where I stand on it. And then if politicians really had the people's interest in mind or in their hearts, cannabis would be legal. People wouldn't be dying.
Yes.
People wouldn't be going to jail.
Yes.
You know, these are things like the people are. I don't know. I seen 5-0.
That trooper just threw you off.
Legalize weed.
You can
Well,
talk about legalizing weed in front of the trooper.
well,
It's okay, Phil.
Yeah, politicians are supposed to represent the people, but the people are dying over a plant and then losing their lives and getting their lives ruined over
Yeah.
a plant.
Right.
How much for the people are there? You know, and
Right.
Yeah.
that's where my disconnect.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of elections these days are won solely on the budgets of the campaigns. You
Yup.
know, and it's screwed
It's
because
whoever
you
has
know,
the most money.
Whoever has the most money
Period.
gets the most votes.
Yeah.
How does that?
But they all make money. Like Christie makes a huge amount of money.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
never.
Well,
there's never enough.
People give him
Yeah,
money. People
well-
keep giving this guy
well,
money.
if he's spending $82,000 on
Oh,
alcohol and junk food, how is he making a whole lot of money?
Oh.
You know, if
Those
he's
are
only
two
making
games.
$152,000 and he's
Imagine
making
he has
$82,000 and he's
Imagine
spending
he has season
$82,000
tickets
on alcohol and junk food, obviously he's not making enough.
Well, you saw he eats on the toilet bowl, so I mean, he's just
Oh.
like in and out, in and out, in and out, constantly.
Yeah.
The guy's just a machine of
Hey.
eating and pooping.
Flows right through. Hey.
Hey, Jesse in the house. I don't know if we can see you yet. You have to stand next to Bill, and we can see you. There you are, Jesse in the house. Oh, Jim Ross in the house. Nice, nice. Oh, here comes the lawnmower again.
Well, the most important thing that everybody understands is that you should do your own research on every politician. You know, whether he's pro-pot or not, you should know who you're voting for. And you know, if you're just out there just to say, "Hey, I voted for this Democrat," or "Hey, I voted for that Republican," it's not enough. You know, because you should vote for what you really stand for. The issues. Hey, what's going on, man? Good. How you been, brother? Good. Thanks, man. Yeah, and
Yo, what's up, brother?
Jim Ross in the
We
house.
we got some friends
What's
coming
up,
in.
my man?
Really cool. Really nice people. My battery's charging. I got to take some pictures of these folks.
Oh my.
It's coming though. It's coming, guys.
We have a
you doing,
veteran,
Phil
Pleasure.
Squared in the house.
Phil Squared. What's
Everybody
going on,
be-
brother? How are you? Can we
How
see
you
you on
doing, sir?
camera here? So you look like you're ready for action. Where's the hand in the mic there? Let's see.
Here you go, sir.
Can you come? Oh, we can't have you sit down here, can we?
Right.
There you go.
Here you go.
I'm here.
You're live with Fully Baked Radio. We just had a veteran and a very close friend and partner to the radio show just show up, Mr. Philip Dumais.
Yes.
So what's up to all your fans, Mr. Dumais?
Fully Baked Radio fans, all the people out there watching this, hello.
So
Hello.
what are you planning on doing today, dressed like that?
I'm planning on just coming out and supporting the veterans, and after that, trying to make a bigger noise as a veteran being dressed. You know, I'm ready to go in. Whatever comes after this, I really don't care.
How do you feel about the vets being denied medical marijuana?
Oh, there's a lot to where I could feel about that, but you know, we're gonna hold that for later on, and after that, we're gonna continue. So
Don't hold back now.
no, I'm not holding
We
back.
got stuff
You know,
to do
just-
today.
we just started.
We're going inside there. I'm going with you.
Yes, we just started. I'm ready for that. You know, I'm just.
What we plan on doing inside?
Whatever they need me to do. I'm down. I'm down. I'm a go-getter. I'm down for the team.
Word.
You know, this is one army, one team right here. So
I'm loving it.
for the cannabis. Let's do it.
The uniform is very disarming, so anytime you go up to a senator, they're going to be like instant respect because you've served our country.
Oh, most definitely. That's exactly what we're looking
You would
for.
hope
we
so.
can, you know,
There's some senators that may not feel that way. Like Jay Weber. He voted no for PTSD.
Yep.
So he's a commie pinko as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, we were talking about that on the last week episode. Yes,
How do you vote no? How do you not support the troops?
because he probably wasn't a troop himself.
That's right. I want to see him hold a gun and protect me. Jay
That's-
Weber, where's your gun? How are you
not
going to
gonna
protect
happen
me,
to
Jay Weber?
That's not gonna happen too well.
Come on, man.
So I'll be right back, good gentlemen.
Where you going? You going to smoke some weed?
Nah, I gotta go smoke this cancer stick.
Smoking the bad stuff.
Don't
Get
say
outta
that.
here.
Get out of here with that stuff.
This
Go
is
on,
weed
go
only
on.
radio.
Fully Baked Radio.
Go on. How you say? GWARN, Guarn? That's good. Go on, go on. That's patois. How do you spell patois? I know how to spell it. Patois. I learned that in Jamaica.
Yo, twa.
Yeah, it's like patois. I smoked a lot of weed in Jamaica. That was fun.
Yeah. Shout out to Jamaica. They just legalized cannabis.
They
Yes,
They're
they
starting
did.
to grow already down there too.
Yeah.
Definitely have to make a trip out there.
Fully baked radio
Did
trip.
you? Yeah. High time. to go
Hey,
to be
listen.
there in November.
You're
They're
you're not
having a
getting you're
cannabis
not
cup.
going anywhere to legalize it here. Then you can go, buddy.
Bounce around and test everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I always come back to Jersey though.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Will you? Why?
I don't know.
You have
It
to
just-
explain
yeah,
yourself. Why?
It just always sucks me back. Like if it's up to me, I'll be in California where it's always sunny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm
But
here.
truthfully, there's no place like New Jersey anywhere in the world.
No.
There really isn't. You know, and you know what makes Jersey us, the people of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we got to like branch out and like give everybody.
We gotta
a little bit
spread
of
the
our-
Jersey
yeah,
vibe.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like they just don't get it.
Yeah.
And there goes the lawnmower.
And we're off. I think this is his last run. He's got a little bit to do here, and then we can take
He's
our-
going as fast as possible
You know.
because he's with us.
Yeah.
But he, you know, they try to pay him off, but he's still with
He
us.
only took a 15-minute break, so
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's not bad.
For 5 minutes work.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Hey, for you know, I know. I get my work guys at the train station every week to do my lawn. I do.
Good.
And I have to haggle with them.
That's good.
Sometimes they have a guy, like a pimp, pimping these guys out. There's a big guy standing there. He's like, no, you have to pay them both together $100. I'm like, no, dude, I just wanted my lawn mowed for $30. And I'll find some like a guy all quiet, like who's not in the gang. And he'll like look. I'm like, hey, you want to work? Trabajo. He looks around. He looks around. He's like, he jumps in the car. He's scared. He's scared of the
Yeah,
pimp.
yeah,
They got a
yeah.
pimp out there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Ask him if he has a pimp. Would
My
that be-
friend.
Would that be inappropriate? Does he have a boss?
No, that wouldn't be
a boss.
appropriate.
A boss. Ask him if he has a boss.
He got a boss.
Let's leave him alone.
Yeah, he's probably his own boss, so
Yeah.
yeah. He seems like his
Yeah,
own
we got to be nice. We can't say
We gotta
any
be
kind
real
of bad words.
No.
But if he keeps doing that, I'm gonna start cursing. If he keeps doing that,
He's almost done,
make
guys.
up your
He's
mind,
almost
buddy. Gonna ruin our show today. Nah, this is actually kind of funny.
done. Hey, I hope that's representing like the harvest or something. You know, the cutting of the grass. You know.
The cutting of the grasses. Oh boy. Well, yeah, and we're missing Wayne this week. Wayne is working because
Okay.
Wayne's going to the cannabis conference in
He
Rhode
is,
Island.
he
Are you
is.
going?
I can't go. I'm working tomorrow.
How about you, Phil? You going to the cannabis conference, please?
Nah, I don't think I'll be going.
Really? You want to chill out this weekend with me and smoke some weed?
Hell yeah, I'm always down.
All right.
Always down to smoke weed.
We could do. Me and you have our own secret stash. Fuck everybody. Whoops, I can't say that.
Yeah, right.
F everybody else. We can say it on the internet. We just can't say it here in
Hello.
front of people. I think it's that middle door there, ma'am. Yeah, we're just doing our cannabis podcast here, but too bad you can't hear us.
So,
Yeah, so
you know, like, so since this is like a whole online thing, and for the past 2 years.
He's on, okay.
All right, cool.
There you
All right, that's a little better.
There you go, buddy.
Cool. Nice. There we go.
Now you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes, it is. So for the past 2 years, I've been spending most of my free time online, posting, liking, and sharing. And I've had a few businesses in the past, and within like the past 10 years, online business has really picked up. And I've used that in conjunction with the activism because I've seen the window of opportunity in that, and I've used it. And I advise each and every one of you that's watching this right now, you know, if you got some free time, man, just, you know, like something, share something, and, you know, comment on something. And it goes a long way, believe it or not, it goes a long way. And, you know, I see like as the time progressed, you know, more and more people liking posts, liking, you know, articles.
Yep.
And the internet community keeps growing and growing and growing. So, you know, it is really hard to connect, you know, outside. Like we're hanging out right now and we're, you know, doing this podcast, you know, but everyone got a job, you know, and everybody got a family and life, blase, blase, you know, but you can spend a minute of your time every day and just like and share something online, and it will go a long way. And, you know, we're seeing good response from that. So, guys, please do that.
Definitely. I actually like to share something that, I don't know if you guys heard, Alex Trebek ate hash brownies.
Nice.
He went on the Howard Stern show and he explained his story about one time going to a Hollywood party and hash brownies were being passed around. And the way he describes it is, I love chocolate. And I ate 4 or 5 hash brownies. The party was on Friday night, and I didn't leave there until Monday morning. Damn, that was some hot. He must have been high as hell.
Twisted.
Crazy.
Sounds like fun.
Twisted.
Sounds like a party in Newark.
Oh,
Newark
yeah.
party.
Sounds
Alex
like
Trebek, though? I
sounds
wouldn't
like a
expect that from
party in
Alex. Alex is now on my list of people I would like to smoke with.
All right, I think we're good. This phone. Okay. So we can take our phone call now. There we go.
Is
That's
he
like
done?
a phone call.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. So, yeah, let's get Steve,
Yeah,
our buddy Steve Auerbach on the phone. He was on the show last week talking about the Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, yeah,
Monday.
the other day, Monday. Yeah, on our earlier show, talking about the Pennsylvania law, and he was going to go down there and raise hell, and they did pass the law, but it's not a very good law. A lot of problems with this law. A lot of people are going to suffer and die from this law.
Yes.
And a lot of people are going to still go to the black market because of this law, because this law doesn't help a lot of people. Just like Jersey. Just like Jersey.
It's a broken law.
All right, cool. All right.
You got him?
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our wonderful friend Steve Auerbach back with us. Here, he was in our studios on Monday speaking about Pennsylvania and their legalization bill, SB 3. And I'm not sure of the other one. I'm sorry about that. Which passed, and he's called to give us a quick briefing on how everything is looking as far as cannabis in Pennsylvania. Hello, Steve. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, Phil. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good,
great.
thanks, Steve.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on again. It's been too long.
Welcome
I
back.
missed you guys since Monday.
I know, man. It's been so long. Great.
So across the pond here in sunny Philadelphia, where it's always sunny, we've had some awesome strides. Just Senate Bill 3, the Medical Cannabis Act, just passed the Senate, as you were just saying, and now it's on its way to the House. We have some awesome stuff coming our way. Vaporization that we were talking about that we were hoping to get in the bill. It's now in the bill, at least for a couple conditions. People with cancer, seizures, PTSD, they're going to be able to vape it. And hopefully in the House we'll be able to fully expand it so that everybody can get it. A couple conditions were put in it. People with Crohn's disease, diabetes, and now people with chronic pain, which is incredible.
Oh, wow. You got chronic pain in
so
there.
From a first standpoint, OxyContin, Oxycodone, Vicodin, they don't have to be a doctor's first tool in their arsenal. It can be a last resort. We can start out with something small, something innocuous like cannabis, and then if that doesn't work, only then go on to something that's a synthetic heroin.
Yeah. So you guys got chronic pain added to the bill?
We have chronic pain.
Oh,
so
wow.
hopefully
Congrats.
we're keeping our fingers crossed. It's off to the House. And hopefully they don't take an action to it. But right now we have chronic pain.
So you're hopeful about this bill? You feel it's a success in some ways, or?
I'm beyond hopeful for it. I'm ecstatic. I mean, you take a look at the bill that was just passed yesterday in the Senate. I mean, it's not fully in law, so it has to go to the House. It has to be signed by the governor. But you take a look at who put their name on the bill. 27 co-sponsors. That's unheard of. That means that more than half of the members of our Pennsylvania State Senate put their name on it. We want to be remembered as the people going down in history who helped end prohibition in Pennsylvania.
Bravo.
It's only a matter of time until we have decrim and then we have full social use.
Wow. So you guys got everything you asked for and more. That's what's up. Shout out to Pennsylvania.
Whenever you guys get a chance, though, you guys got to come down here, help us out a little bit.
He can't hear you.
Oh.
Sorry. You have to be over here. So, Steve, it was great to meet you. But you did talk about your parents on the show on Monday. How do your parents feel about this bill and your activism with this bill?
My parents are ecstatic. I come from a line of doctors, people who have spent their lives treating sick, terminally ill people, and they're happy that doctors can have another arrow in their quiver. It's certainly unconventional what I'm doing, but I think it's only a matter of time before the stigma is completely uplifted, and I think you guys are helping in that fight. Let's have honest dialogue about cannabis.
Oh yeah.
That how many people can be from it, and take it out of the basement and put it in the greenhouse.
Cool. So what's next for you guys? Now that the bill has passed.
What's next is it's going to a House committee, and we have to keep our fingers crossed. We got two options. One is the House Judiciary Committee, which is what we want, but the other is the House Health Committee. If we get it in the Health Committee, they're going to take an axe to it. The leader of that committee is named Matt Baker, and last year he took over $22,000 in campaign contributions from Pfizer, Merck, and other big pharmaceutical companies. Unsurprisingly, he's completely against this.
Yeah.
And he I don't remember if I mentioned this on Monday, but it bears repeating if I did. The last hearing I went to, there was an activist. This was unplanned. This woman had suffers terribly from a seizure disorder. I believe she has Dravet. And she had a seizure right in the middle of the hearing as Mr. Matt Baker was questioning the efficacy of cannabis.
Oh wow. Yeah, there goes your proof right there.
He was saying this is pseudoscience. Pennsylvania Medical Society is against this. This woman fell off her chair.
Yeah. Wow. Can't deny that.
Wow. It's scary. It's scary seeing a seizure in real life. It really is. Yeah.
For sure. Especially you take a look at kids in Pennsylvania. They have seizure disorders. They can have upwards of 300, 400 seizures a week. They're given 7 pharmaceutical drugs, one of which is high from it. These kids who get CBD, they're not on 7 pharmaceutical pills. They're not even on Xanax. And guess what? Their 300 to 400 epileptic episodes go down to 1 to 0. I mean, this is we're talking about my parents, my family who helps medical patients. You know, they're ecstatic about this.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that in New Jersey with these children. I work with a lot of these kids, like Vivian Wilson and Jackson Storms and Sarah. Oh, that's right. They're not in Jersey anymore. They're refugees. Never mind. They're not from Jersey anymore. They're American refugees now. Those 3 kids. I forgot.
The land of the free, and we jail more nonviolent drug offenders per capita than North Korea, China, and Russia combined. Land of the free. Our citizens have to leave New Jersey. They have to leave Pennsylvania. They have to leave the Tri-County area to go out to more enlightened areas of the country. It's disgusting.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Have you heard of many refugees from Pennsylvania? I don't know of too many from there.
Yeah, I absolutely. I know of one gentleman who honorably served our country in Iraq. Unfortunately, he has PTSD. His convoy was hit with an IED and mortar fire. He survived, but he is crawling his way, thanks to cannabis, out of that hole, and is not going to become a statistic. We're 22 today, pull the trigger on himself. He can't live any longer. He's closing his business and moving to Colorado. And I know of several families who are breaking the law to get their kids medicine. They've had police called on them. Detectives have showed up at their homes and threatened to take the children away from them. This is what people are dealing with in Pennsylvania.
Insane.
It's crazy.
Well, thank God for people like yourself out there making movements and things like that to help legalize and so people don't have to go through these things. Hey Steve, can you give some advice to us folks over the bridge in Jersey on how to get people more active and get people more involved in the cannabis scene and cannabis legalization and voting and passing of bills and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Because we need help. This sucks over here.
And here's the thing that everybody not only can do, but should do. I think it's a moral obligation on everybody to do this. You know, if you were walking down the street and you saw somebody dying, wouldn't you lend a hand? You know, regardless who this person is, what your relationship to this, you would lend your hand. And this is really how we have to view this. Every day that citizens in our country don't have safe access to the medicine they need, our veterans who have honorably served their country are dying. Our sick kids with seizure disorders are dying. People with AIDS are unable to keep their medicine, their food down. People are dying about this, and we need people to step up. And it's not hard. All you have to do is pick up the phone, call your legislator. You can Google it. Put your area code in. Who is my legislator? You put your area code in. You leave a message.
Is there a website for that?
No. There are. But thankfully, you just go on Google. Who is my representative? Put in your area code. It's going to pop right up. They'll give you a phone number. They'll give you an email. And even better than that, if you make an appointment to meet with them, if you have nothing to say to them, there are plenty of 12-minute YouTube videos. There's a TED Talk called TED Talk Marijuana. It's a tearjerker. It talks about Charlotte's Web. I mean, obviously, Charlotte's Web, the CBD-only strain, is not sufficient for 99% of our patients, but it's a starter to get the ball rolling. If you have nothing to say to your legislator, show up and ask them to watch the video with you.
Charlotte's Web is helpful. It is helpful in a way because it's high CBD, no THC, but it's high enough THC where patients like kids with epilepsy will use a high CBD oil and also make a high THC oil and mix it together as one medicine.
But you shouldn't even have to mix it.
Yeah, they should.
I don't mean to besmirch Charlotte's Web. I'm just saying it's not necessarily effective for someone with PTSD.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely
Or
not.
chronic pain
No,
and
I need
things like
THC. I'm sorry. I'm a patient myself, and I need high THC.
that. Yeah.
And anybody who says they're buying weed legally, that's a patient, is lying, because there's no way that any patient on disability in New Jersey or Social Security can afford $535 an ounce for their medicine. It's insane to ask people on disability to pay that kind of money. So,
Yes, absolutely, and that's why it's so important that we can amend our laws to make sure our patients have access to whole flower, and that way you don't have to spend all this money in oils. You think about it, in oil is a super concentrate. You need, it could take per some studies that you need at least a pound of product to make a 90-day supply.
yes.
You know, that could be thousands of dollars, and it's unimaginable. You know, especially if you're imagining somebody, you're talking about someone with Social Security, someone with disability. You know, people who are cancer patients, maybe it's their fourth bout with chemo, they haven't worked in 14 months. You know, where's this money coming from? It's frightening, and that's why I think it's a moral imperative for everybody to call your legislator and make them accountable for it. They work for us, and we can't let them forget that.
Well, the government's going to drain everyone's workers' comp settlements before they make a decision. So they have a lot of money to get back from these sick people.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, Steve, I know you're busy today. Want to thank you for calling in and giving us insight on what just took place in Pennsylvania. You guys are definitely making history, and we want to tell you, keep fighting, you know. Hopefully one day you could come over to Jersey, help us out.
Anything to plug, Steve?
One more time.
Anything to plug? Anything you got going on? Any events? Anything you want to talk about real quick before we go?
As of right now, there's a couple hemp rallies scheduled in Pennsylvania. That's something else that I'm pretty instrumental with. I would encourage all your listeners, if you haven't already, join a couple groups on Facebook. One of which is Keystone Cannabis Coalition, and also Hempland Security. There's a couple events scheduled all throughout. There's one going to be in Wilkes-Barre, one in Lancaster, one in Doylestown. We're going to get the word out about hemp too. I mean, this one plant, cannabis and hemp, they're saving lives in our environment. So I would encourage everyone to join those groups, and they pop up left, right, and center.
Hey, Steve, are you going? I think there's going to be a parade, not a parade, but a march on South Street in Philly. Is that correct? This Saturday?
That's what I've been told.
I'm
I'm actually going on my way to Chicago to the cannabis conference next week. So I'm not going to be around for it. But
okay.
I heard there's a couple of parades coming up.
All right, dope. All right, well, once again, thank you for calling in and being part of our show. You're more than welcome and to call in as much time as you
I can't
want.
wait to come back.
Hey, we're waiting for you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Okay.
Awesome, bro.
All right, man. Have a good day.
See ya.
All right, we're now going to go into break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. We have a lot more call-ins, a lot more cannabis news, and a lot more protesting. You're tuned in with Fully Baked Radio, live from the Trenton State House.
It's smoke time.
was the lie. Was the lie.
Welcome back to Fully Baked Radio. We're live from Trenton, New Jersey, from the Sativa Cross Mobile Studios outside Chris Christie's office. Do we have a phone call here, Phil?
Yes. We have on the line Jared Moffitt, the executive director of Regulate Rhode Island. Hey, Jared, how you doing?
I can't hear him.
Jared, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Very great. How's things looking over in Rhode Island? I know you guys have the NECC coming up this weekend. Would you be present?
Yep, we do have that coming up this weekend. We've built up a lot of steam behind the bill that we have in the state legislature to regulate marijuana, treat it like alcohol. So we've got a lot of legislative sponsors behind that. We've got a poll that just came out showing 7% of voters here in the state support the idea. So we're feeling pretty good right now, and we've got a lot of wind in our sails.
Cool. When is that? When are you guys expected to vote on that bill?
So it's not guaranteed that we will have a vote, and that's really the challenge, is to pressure the legislature to put it up for a vote. The session is going to end in June, around the end of June, so we have about a month and a half left to continue pressuring the legislature and getting that bill to come up for a vote.
Well, you guys are definitely putting a lot of pressure on them. I've seen a recent article. You guys just put up a billboard in Rhode Island protesting to
right.
regulate cannabis like alcohol. How's the response been with that?
I think it was a great response. I mean, a lot of folks have seen it. A lot of legislators saw it, and part of the message there was that not only is it going to bring a lot of tax revenue, but it's going to create a lot of jobs for our state and attract young professionals and folks who really drive the innovation economy. So I think that's definitely a winning message, and we know that that's being received pretty well.
When you guys don't have any dispensaries currently in Rhode Island, correct?
No, we do. We have 3 dispensaries. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pretty good. How do those operate? Are they pretty well?
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they show that when you regulate marijuana and you put it in a sensible sort of system, it works very well. We've had them for now. 2 of them have been around for a couple of years, and another one opened last year. And I think it's showing the state that this can be done in a responsible and a productive way.
Unlike New Jersey. Sorry, Jim, what'd you say?
And nobody's being hurt from that?
Yeah, nobody's being hurt from that, he said?
With the dispensaries being open, like, no one's being hurt, like, correct? Like, the crime hasn't gone up, nothing has escalated from opening up cannabis dispensaries.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You got to be over here to hear the question, but yeah, go ahead. Ask him again.
Okay, so with opening up dispensaries, like the crime rate, that hasn't gone up or anything, correct?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. We haven't had any incidents. It's a very safe and secure, location for patients, and it's working well. They haven't had any incidents, so the sky has not fallen, and I think legislators have definitely taken note of that.
Unlike New Jersey, where we have a medical marijuana program in here in New Jersey, but we really don't, because I'm a patient and I can't buy my weed at the dispensary because it's $535 an ounce here at the dispensary. What kind of prices are they offering there in Rhode Island?
So at the ounce level, you're seeing about $200 to $350 in that range. At the gram level, about $12 to $17.
Wow.
Compassion.
So, we're hoping that they'll continue to come down. Obviously, we all want, medicine to be as affordable as possible for patients. But we have seen, over the past several months, especially a downward trend in the prices. So that's certainly encouraging.
It sounds like get that out of here. Get that out of here. Get that out of here, quick. Get it out of here.
Serious?
That was not good. We just got soaked. Sorry, man. We just got soaked. Who put that there? Do I gotta beat somebody's ass? Really? Really? Somebody put a sprinkler right next to all I got about $5,000 worth of audio equipment here, and somebody just put a sprinkler on. We've been fighting with lawnmower guys today and sprinklers today. It seems at the Fully Baked Radio. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. If you hear a loud bang and a zap, it's just us being zapped. It's okay. So.
I'm getting the sprinklers off.
Oh my goodness! Wow, we just got soaked. That's crazy. That was crazy. I've never had that happen to me before on the radio. boy, you know, I think that one of the clues should be when we have a thing. If there's a sprinkler sitting behind us here, we know the Illuminati has set us up for failure. So yeah, the Illuminati has set us up for failure yet again. Where's my producer Phil? Where's our co-host Phil? Where did Phil go? There he is. Phil's computer was soaked. Oh man, this is crazy. Wow. Okay, so I'm sure you don't have these problems in Rhode Island either. Wow. Craziness. So yeah, like I was saying, the New Jersey program is so bad that I can't afford $535 an ounce. Nobody can. And you're talking about people on Social Security and disability. Where are they going to get their money from? What, their workers' comp settlement? They're going to use all their workers' comp settlement? It's crazy. There's a girl here that had to take the law into her own hands and grow her own medicine, and she got caught, and now she's facing all kinds of issues. There's people here that are buying their medicine off the street because of the dispensary issues. I hope you guys have a working program up there, not like we have in Jersey. It's just very sad.
We do. We have a working program. It's not perfect, of course, but it does work well. Patients are allowed to grow and cultivate their own medicine for themselves, and also have caregivers. So they have that in addition to the dispensary. So it's, I think, a good model because it has different different options for patients, and we think that by regulating cannabis and legalizing it for adults 21 and older, allowing some home cultivation as well, is just going to further open up more opportunities for patients that may not be able to access the current system that we have. There's some conditions that don't qualify under our state law. So we're hoping that this is going to be, and we feel confident that this is going to be a benefit for the patients in the state as well, to open up the market for adults 21 and older.
Wow. I hope so. I sure hope so. Phil, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm still here. Yeah, we're outside protesting in front of our state house, Jared.
We're in front of Chris Christie's office, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
yeah, we're protesting. We're doing our radio show in front of the state house. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're outside, so a lot of things have happened here.
Yeah, somebody just turned the sprinkler on us and just soaked our whole all our laptops, everything. But we're still here. We're still protesting and fighting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now,
hold your ground.
Hey, Jared, I had a question. Now, Lefty here, he's a patient in Jersey. He has his card. Does Rhode Island reciprocate cards? Can you bring cards from Jersey or out of state into Rhode Island and use them at dispensaries?
You can. You're protected from arrest, but you can't go to the dispensaries. You can't grow your own. So it's limited. You're protected from being punished for possession, but there's no legal access for out of staters.
So what can I do? I could just smoke there. I can't buy it.
Well, you're protected essentially from being fined or arrested for possession if you have a out-of-state license up to 2.5 ounces.
So if I go up there and give you money, will you go in the store for me?
No, I can't do that. I'm not a patient myself, actually.
Okay, we did that when I was a kid with booze, so I just was wondering. Okay. Times have changed.
Not fun, but as far as being a caregiver, do you have to be a resident of Rhode Island?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do have to be a resident.
Okay.
Wayne, he's coming to see you.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of
follow us and keep track of our progress.
Cool. Thank you for being a part of our show. We'll surely be in touch.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Phil, you get the best guests, man. You really do.
I had to get soaked in the middle of the podcast.
Well, yeah, you know how to get wet too. Well, we can that actually happened.
Phil and Phil.
Phil. When are we going inside?
feels weird, too.
You ready to go inside soon, or
Yeah.
what's the boss say? Where's the boss? What does he have to say?
Papa Bear.
Papa Bear. Hey, when are we going inside, Jim Miller? I'm gonna take my handheld mic inside and see if it works. But I gotta train somebody to do my sound while I'm in there. This should be fun. Can you do sound?
No.
If I show you one thing to do, can you do it?
I gotta take a letter in.
Oh, you're coming in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's good. Well,
About 15 minutes, a little before 1.
Sounds good.
Jim Miller, what'd you have to say there, buddy?
Come stand by you.
Yeah.
Yeah, come over here.
Stand by you.
I have headphones if you want headphones.
Companion song to
give
stand
Jim
by
my
me.
headphones.
Stand by you.
Headphones.
I'm good right
I'm
here.
young. I can hear out a speaker.
No, I'll tell you what. I'll do it without him. I'm going to start knocking stuff.
Here, have a
over.
seat at least.
Oh,
That's it.
like always.
It'll sound good. Yeah, we're going to be delivering our letters in about 10 minutes. And I hope everybody sees the metaphor that we're here taking on 13 assembly people who voted against post-traumatic stress being added, all from one political party. So we're taking them on to substantiate their votes. That's activism. We name them on individual signs and one big sign. But it's not all about activism. We got to be advocates too. So last week, Wayne Barini set the example by taking in a letter asking for co-sponsorship to his senator. And about a half a dozen of us are going to do the same thing today with our individual state senators, looking for co-sponsorship on Senate Bill 2898, the companion bill to the one that passed to add post-traumatic stress in the Assembly. And today, we have an Iraq combat veteran going to be delivering a letter to a very friendly senator looking for co-sponsorship. And we're going into the Democratic and Republican Senate legislative offices so we can deliver them all at once.
Well, these 13 senators or assemblymen,
Yeah.
Do they have a patch on them that labels them as commie pinkos or un-American?
Well, they probably
bastards?
do, but it's below the belt line, so we can't see it.
How do we know that these commie pinkos even, don't they have they should have something they wear?
Yeah, they ought to have at least something, a team jacket called the echo chamber.
Something.
What that? No, it's the echo chamber. It's if you say it enough, it becomes true.
Mm-hmm.
So the odds of having 13 people from one party voting no on a positive issue
It's a
with
baker's
everybody
dozen.
else, with nobody from the other party voting no,
Coincidentally?
it's unacceptable. So the question isn't, why did you vote the wrong way? It's not saying you voted the wrong way. It's saying you have to have the courage of your convictions to explain where you got the information to substantiate your vote, to validate it. Because as I tell them, senators have hundreds of issues that they have to educate themselves on every year. Hundreds. Look at the votes they cast. Hundreds.
But supporting the troops is a no-brainer, Jim.
No, but here's my
No-brainer.
point, though. They spend a lot of time on hundreds of different issues. We have one issue. Therefore, who knows more? Us. We spend far more time researching it. All I'm saying is that they need to sit down with somebody of an opposite point of view and validate their opinion in an on-record discussion. If they don't, the signs stay up until they're out of office. They'll be forever.
Hey.
It'll never leave them alone. And we'll start going to their home offices and embarrassing them where their neighbors are.
Hey, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Quick question. Do you know a gentleman named Gary Stork?
Yo, I know Gary Stork well, yeah.
All right, well, I want you to have a seat. I got in touch with Gary, told him the protest that you've been setting up every Thursday in front of the State House. And I actually had Gary call in, and Gary's on the phone right
No
now.
way. We haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, so
Hi, Jim.
Hey, G by the Lakes.
Gary.
I can hear you. Hold on. Let's get this microphone down. We'll do a sound check.
Good out there.
Hold on 1 second.
Put the headphones on. Yeah. There you go.
Now you need them.
There you go. There you go, Mr. Miller.
Okay, Gary, I had to get headphones on and remind myself that the furry part went against my ear, not facing the other way. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
How are you? Good to see you out there. You guys are doing some great things there.
You know, we're taking advantage of the playing field where it's tilted slightly in our favor. You know how it goes. It's not fair. There's really relatively few places we command any power. But here in good old Trenton, New Jersey, we get to go to the steps of the State House, and we get to go to the front door of the annex where legislators walk. So you know how it goes. They got to walk right by us. And it's fun watching some scurry by frowning and some come over to say hi. But, you know, it's having been to medical marijuana events in your great state of Wisconsin at Madison, we can't get up to the front steps there. We're at the beginning of the steps and up one level, but people can get by us and in the door there. They can't do that here. And I know you're a little envious. You should be, man. I mean, our governor has to walk right by us. You know, we have advantages. So you'd be taking the...
Our governor runs in with 6 security people surrounding him.
Yeah, he's got a way in.
He's in the back door.
That would be for those who don't know, Governor Scott Walker.
Scott Walker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rings a good bell, huh? Yeah, so, and for anybody that might not know, Gary Stork and Jackie Rickert in Wisconsin, Jackie Rickert of the Jackie Rickert Medical Marijuana Act that can't get traction in a Republican Wisconsin. And late great Cheryl Miller and me, we were part of a team called the Commando Squad, and we showed up, much like we're doing here. But see, Commando Squad didn't get no stinking permits. We just showed up and dared them to do what they had to do. And I'd like to think we set an example of how to be activists. But here today, much like we used to do. Remember, we'd go to a normal conference in Washington. And I remember how strange it was that after 3 days of a normal conference in Washington, 300 people were going home on the Sunday that the conference ended. 4 people were going over to get a cheap motel room on South Capitol so they could go lobby legislators for support. And that was you and Jackie in her wheelchair and me and Cheryl in her wheelchair. I would think other people should have been ashamed to be in Washington, D.C., protesting and not taking advantage of the proximity to the issue of their contention. So does it surprise you that we come here today to protest vilifying 13 Republican assemblymen who voted against post-traumatic stress being added as a condition to get medical marijuana in New Jersey?
Jim, was that a question? That whole 5-minute thing, was that a question, a 5-minute question?
No, it's getting to a question.
Okay, you getting to a question?
I said, how are you? He said, good.
Jeez. You know what I'm dealing with here, Gary.
But, well, I just want to make him jealous. And the fact is, don't you wish you could do what we're doing here? We get to be this close. But we're also following the way we used to do things then. Today, in a little while, we're going to put down our protest signs and pick up our letters that we're bringing inside to deliver to our senators. And today we got the back of Army veteran stationed in Iraq, diagnosed with post-traumatic stress 2009. And he treats that with cannabis here in New Jersey, but he has to be illegal. So he's got his fatigues on today. He's looking good, commanding respect. And in a few minutes, if you're tuned in, you can see us putting down our signs and going on in. And I don't know who's going to be here at the podcast, but it'll be fun. What's going on in Wisconsin? What is there anything good at all to report? Anything at all?
Actually, there's 3 bills in the state legislature right now. The best of them for patients is coming from Representative Melissa Sargent, and it's a hybrid medical bill, legalization bill. And so that's pretty exciting. It would allow legal possession for adults over 21, and there'd be a registry for medical cannabis patients. And there's also a decriminalization bill. We still have a felony for second offense of any amount in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Representative Mandela Barnes from Milwaukee has introduced that, and that's a really great bill. And then there's a hemp bill, which actually has bipartisan support. The representative from Rice Lake, Wisconsin, who is the youngest mayor ever of Rice Lake, Wisconsin, at age 19, that signed on to that bill. So far, there's no Republicans on the other bills, but they've expressed support, is what I've heard.
Republicans have expressed support for the hemp bill, though? Is that what you're saying?
Well, there's a Republican on the hemp bill, and they've expressed support for the decrim bill and the hybrid medical legalization bill, but none of them has mind yet.
Would you think that support would translate possibly into a yes vote if it came before them on the floor, even if they didn't co-sponsor? I mean, do you think we can
if it gets that far, we're still waiting for the bills to get a bill number and a committee amendment. So hopefully they'll get sent to a committee where the chairman's going to be willing to hold a hearing.
Or you got to start the whole process over. I don't know why they call it dying in committee. I mean, that's metaphorical as can be to have a medical marijuana bill die. We had a little bit of... Go for it.
I want to tell you, too, I've been blogging about what's going on in Wisconsin on a new blog I set up, cannabadger.com. Like cannabis and badger as in Wisconsin badger.
Yeah.
So I've blogging on that as things happen. And we've had some action at the local level, too, in Dane County, where I live, where Madison is. The county board reduced the fine for pot to $1 plus cost.
Really? Can you pay in quarters? Nickels? Pocket change. That's awesome. Well, you know, then you are at least having some movement in the right direction, even in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's one of the few states I would rather not live than New Jersey when it comes to medical marijuana advocacy. That puts you pretty far down on the list, I got to say. And you remember we did something a while back when I was coming out to your illegal hemp festival, harvest festival, I guess you know, the greater, what is it called? The Greater Wisconsin or Madison Harvest?
Marijuana Harvest Festival.
Midwest, right. And you asked me to make a mock-up of a coffin. And I made a 5-foot styrofoam coffin with black tape looking like black boards. It looked like a coffin. And we took the medical marijuana bill that died, put it inside on a blanket and a pillow with some fake pot leaves and roses, talking about the death of medical marijuana Bill. And that was fun. That got just a really lot of attention. It drove home that when a bill like that dies in committee, it's not the only thing going to die because of that. Sometimes people do as well for lack of attention. So
yeah, that was a great idea. You know, and you've had so many great ideas that it really jump-started so much activism.
You know, it should be that way, though. Isn't the cannabis consumers? We are supposed to think outside of the box. We're like mental MacGyvers when it comes to getting stuff done. We don't see left or right. We see straight down.
Especially you, Jim Miller. Especially you.
Yeah, I'm a little out there, I'm afraid, but in a good way, right?
I like it.
Sometimes, yeah.
I like the way you think.
Well, when Gary and Jackie and Cheryl and I got together, there really was no telling what we would do, and there was nothing that we wouldn't do. With Cheryl and Jackie being so obviously not well, admittedly, they were battering rams you could not argue against. I think anybody could take them and go lobbying for medical marijuana and do probably pretty good. Not as good as us, but close, you know. And I look forward to getting out there one time again, or get you guys out here. You know, it's been too long and life can be short. We got to get together again. We also have.
Yeah, it's great to get back there again.
Yeah, it would be. We have a good time, and there's always something going on. It's funny, we have classes that come here, and I'd say, looking at them, I'm looking at 6th graders, perhaps. And one time, they went walking by our demonstration, and teachers were preventing them from taking pictures. But they had to gather on the steps, and they couldn't prevent them from listening to what we had to say and seeing our signs. And you look at the faces of the teachers and the faces of the kids. It's the kids who get it. They understand everything we're talking about. They understand the importance. It's some of the adults we're having problems with,
As usual.
Yeah, we could get this passed in a 6th grade mock class real easy. But, yeah, we were supposed to have a
Coming
get
up on
together.
another anniversary of Cheryl's birth, huh?
Yeah, it's coming up. Actually, that's next Thursday, and you don't forget. Yeah, the 21st. That's a Thursday. We're going to be back in front of the State House next week, and we're going to have a birthday party, amongst other things. We're going to get some cake, some food, tell some amusing Cheryl stories, tell a couple sad, leave you laughing, and remember why it is we do this. And, to be fair, I made a deathbed promise to Cheryl that I would keep this up forever. So, a message of warning to everybody, do not make deathbed promises. Doesn't matter. Don't do it.
I made one to myself.
How can
I
you
have
make...
to report Jackie just had another birthday yesterday. She's now reached 39 plus 25, 64 years. And that is an achievement right there.
Yeah, we got people counting on their fingers here right now. Yeah, that's right. Figure it out. See, the elder statesman, as are you, and as am I. And I'll tell you though, it's a pleasure to watch Philippe Dumais.
Yeah, this is great.
He's
This is great.
yeah. Turn the camera around. It's so Gary and the others can see. It's Phil.
So cool.
The two Phils, the U.S. Army veteran in his uniform, joined the Army in 2005 at the age of 17, deployed to Iraq in November of 2007, stationed there until March of 2009, and diagnosed with post-traumatic stress in 2009. He then served in the reserves until 2012, and he's come to lead us into the State House to deliver his letter and mine and Lefty's, and 2 or 3 others have letters. So today we want to have his back today. He's not going in alone, and he's going in for other veterans. So even if he was going in alone, he would not be alone. So probably going to have to take my leave here in a second, because we were going to try to get this done by 1 o'clock, and it's coming up on that now. I'm going to have to go in, let the state police know we're going to come in as a small group and where we're going, so we do it easily. We have a great reporter at the state police here. They go out of their way to, they say, no, we're just doing our job. But they could do their job in many different ways. They always make it palatable for us, and we try to do everything they need us to do. So I got to say that, state police in Trenton, when it comes to exercising your constitutional rights, they do not flinch. They are right there for us. They tell us to keep it down sometimes, but this Lefty's thing, better to, how's it go, not ask permission?
Better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
That's right.
I get a lot of stuff done that way.
Yeah. So basically, just so it goes in smooth, and we'll turn the screen around so you can see us. We're gonna put down our signs and get our correct letters to go in, and somebody will be back here.
I'm interested in the people smoking recreational tobacco here. We can't smoke our medical marijuana here, but people can smoke recreational tobacco here.
Yeah, well, actually, they're not allowed to. I noticed that when I pick up over at the State House. I pick up cigarette butts that we're not smoking every Thursday.
Oh.
So.
It's kind of unfair, because we have to go across the street to use our medicine.
Well, even that, though. Even that with the state police, it's not because they don't want us to do it. It's because they get complaints that they then have to act on.
Well, can we complain about
Well, what they have last week at the State House, we were here and they had a revival and a band. I mean, tubas, trombones, and we could hear them down here. So when I got the permit for today, I said, "What was that last week? That was way louder than us." And he goes, "Well, it was a religious, it was a like it has to do with religion, so they get special dispensation."
Okay.
To which I said, "Well, we want to have a band too.
We want
and
that too, then.
We will pray between every song
Yes.
if you like."
We have reverends, and I think Reverend Stork. Are you a reverend, Reverend Stork?
Good enough. You could.
I thought you practiced some kind of religion up there, no?
That's the wrong Gary.
Cheese that is.
You're thinking of Gary Sage, maybe. Yeah, really. Hey, listen, brother. Good to talk to you again. I'm going to give you a call soon. We can talk about all things we're not talking about now. But
Gary, do you have any?
Jackie on there and do a hello.
Oh yeah, see that. We have conference calls, Jackie and Gary and me, and we get on the phone and we get her on the phone and she goes hello, and one of us goes hello, and the other one goes hello, like the Three Stooges used to do, and we screw it up every time. She says hello and we both say it hello at the same time. She says, "What are you doing?" instead of hello, I think we might have got it right once, but we do give it an effort every time. Yes, listen, let me take the opportunity to say it definitely way overdue for a conference call. We will do that soon.
Yeah, what's going on up there, Gary? Anything good? Now that we're going to shut Jim up, what's going on up there?
Well, just for following these new bills, the thing is that were introduced this early in the session, which just began in January, is a good sign. Like last session, these bills came out when there was just a few weeks left in the session, but we're still up against Republicans who think and vote as a bloc, and Governor Walker, who, is on record as saying he's not ready to sign anything here, and it's a gateway drug and things like that. But there's a lot of patience, and as I like to say, change doesn't stop at the state line here. People in Wisconsin are painfully aware of the change going on around the U.S., and there's people here suffering, who need medical marijuana today, and they're not getting it. And, we're not going to give up until it happens.
Yeah, it's a mess all around. I see a lot of patients in New Jersey suffering and dying, not getting their proper medicine.
Yeah, Jim and Cheryl started 20 years ago, and that Christie has done so much to hamstring that bill. It's just tragic.
Yeah, I met Cheryl, and it was very sad seeing what she went through. That was actually the beginning of my activism also, and very inspiring to me. This is Lefty Grimes, by the way.
She could have had she could have had her medicine every day.
Yeah.
But she got it, the real thing, and she just brightened up, and it was amazing.
Now you were there with were you there for the Bob Barr has gone too far chant?
Yeah.
Man, that was amazing.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
My baptism by fire in Washington, D.C. with the commando squad.
That was the beginning for you?
Well, I've been an activist for a long time, but I've never done anything like that. And Jim and Cheryl brought Jackie and me to Washington, D.C. and visited our reps, and then we were trying to decide what kind of action we were going to do, and that's what we settled on. And it was an amazing day.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that video. Well, you know Pete, right? Pete Christopher?
Yeah, no, well.
Yeah, so I've seen that video a bunch of times over the years, man. It was amazing. It was amazing stuff.
The other great one was are you talking about the Why Bob one or the one bus in front of the office?
All of them. They're all good, man. That was awesome activism.
The Why Bob, I was there when they filmed that, and Jim actually left the hotel room briefly, so just me and what's his name, the guy from the Libertarian Party who filmed it, and him and Cheryl have both since passed away, and but that video just is devastating, and I remember watching that after Cheryl's Memorial at the Normal office in Washington, D.C., you know, and it was just funny.
Okay, Gary, I think we're going to let you go because Jim is rounding up the troops. We're actually going to go inside and deliver our letters to these assemblymen.
Well, thanks for having me on. It's been great. Great talking to Jim again, and guys are doing excellent things there, and you know, it's a model for Wisconsin, and keep up the good work. Model for everywhere.
Awesome. You too, man. Thanks, buddy. I'll see
Thanks. Have a great day.
you too. See you on Facebook. Bye-bye. All right. Another great activist. Actually, Gary's part of the group that inspired me. He was part of the Cheryl Miller Commando group, I guess they called it. There was a name for it, I forgot, but it was the... Oh, here's my letter. I'm going to read you this letter that I wrote this morning. I wrote this in 5 minutes to our Senator Cody. It took me like 5 minutes to write this because it's off the top of my head. I have these really deep feelings off the top of my head. Senator Richard Cody, I know that you do not favor medical marijuana issues, that you pretended to take a phone call from Michael Phelps while presiding over the vote on the floor of the Senate that passed medical marijuana law in New Jersey in 2009, with Michael ostentatiously, thanks, Jim. You know, I couldn't have written this letter because I don't use words like this. Jeez. With Michael congratulating Senator Scutari on the success of his bill. Greatly insulted patients whose lives depend on marijuana for medicine. One such patient with ALS, Diane Rippertella, was in attendance and was visibly shaken by her moment of success being made into a joke on the floor of the Senate, comparing her medicine to Michael Phelps being a recreational marijuana smoker. I was especially taken aback because I was well aware that you didn't like when a 101.5 radio personality made a joke about postpartum depression and you offered to take him out back and beat his ass the next time you saw him at the radio station. So, you do know how cruel such jokes can be then. Diane Rippertella died less than 2 years later, still disappointed at your disrespect for her condition. This makes it all the more difficult for me to write this letter to you. I am, after all, a constituent who is also a registered medical marijuana patient seeking your co-sponsorship for S2898, the companion bill to A3726, which would add PTSD to the list of acceptable indications for entry into New Jersey's medical program. This bill was written to address the U.S. military veteran suicide rate being greatly higher than that of the civilian population, whether it's postpartum depression or post-traumatic. Postpartum or post-traumatic. I think we can both agree that depression is not a joking matter and deserves all due consideration. I hope you agree with that and give me a chance to make my case further with a member of your staff at their convenience. Additionally, you can ask your 27th District legislative colleagues, Assemblywoman Milla Jacey and Assemblyman John McKeon, why they voted yes on the identical Assembly version A3726. I would also hope that you would acknowledge the importance of this bill by voting to pass it out of the Health and Senior Services Committee, where it awaits your vote as a member of that committee. Sincerely, Lefty Grimes, etc., etc., etc. See, I can write a good letter. But, you know, you put that word in there for me. I know you proofread this for me, and you did a little editing for me, and you added this word, this word here. And I don't even know how to pronounce that. No, I do, but I said ostentatiously. Is there a word called ostentatiously? Or is it no, that's the word. I just embarrassed myself on live radio because you all thought I was smart. And I am smart. I'm smart. I'm not an animal. I'm a human being. I'm smart. You know what I'm talking about. That's an inside joke for Wayne Barini. If you're watching this broadcast, Wayne Barini, we miss you. Wayne Barini is cutting the cheese in Randolph right now. Wayne Barini. So, are we going to go inside here, or what are we going to do? Are you coming inside, or can you do the show while I'm inside? What I'd like to do, Phil, this would be great, is bring the handheld microphone inside and see if you can pick it up.
Okay.
And if what happens is it's on this one here, the red wires, the handheld. If it starts fading out and goes zip zip zip, just drop it down because it may get interference. But if you can hear me speaking clearly, leave it on. You never know what you're going to pick up.
All right. When you guys going in?
When are we going in, Jim Miller? I don't think we're going to have an answer. Jim Miller's when Jim Miller gets going, he's worse than William Haney from medical-freedom.com. He is. He's worse than William Haney from medical-freedom.com is probably the worst. But Jim Miller's a close second, I would say. It's you old guys. I don't know what it is about you old white dudes. See, I'm not white. I can say that. I'm American Indian. Yeah, I've denounced my whiteness. I'm American Indian. I do. I'm 10% American Indian. I'm accepting 100% of it now. Look, here. Look at my chest. I'm 47 years old. Look at this chest. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look. American Indian, man. See? I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. It's American Indian. I don't shave my chest. I'm not like Phil here. I don't shave my chest. Don't look at me like that. Don't you look at me like that.
I don't shave my chest, guys.
All right. I'm digging for information. You never know. You might say, yeah, I did. I used the Norelco this morning. Then I'd be like, oh, yeah, really? I use Braun on my legs. Okay. So what are we doing, guys? Can we go inside and do some activism? Jim Miller, are we going inside to do activism? I'm ready. Okay. Yeah, I need to know the timing so we can do like a bit or fill some time here, rather than just sit here like an idiot. I will put your cigarettes and your cannabis away. How's that? How do you like that?
Can you upload pictures into this shit?
I can do anything. Why? What do you want to do?
I think we should start uploading some pictures because I got 2 SD cards and we could get some pictures going right now.
Oh, you mean now on the podcast? Oh no, not during that. Not.
No, I mean,
I'm not doing it now, but
like ignorance or something.
that yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. We had a camera here, but my camera's. I don't know what it is about the HD cameras, about the lighting for that. I've never seen that problem before.
Right. It's not an outdoor camera.
So there's outdoor cameras that we have to get, I guess, for this.
More expensive ones.
What's up? I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, probably more expensive ones.
Like anything else, it takes money. Oh man.
Why don't we go to break until you guys are ready to go inside, play some tunes?
I guess we could go to break. We'll take a quick break for now, and yeah, we'll be right back on Fully Baked Radio, live from Trenton, New Jersey, from the Sativa Cross Mobile Studios. Larry Vargo in the house, by the way. Hey, Larry. What's up, buddy? Another patient in the house, Ken Wolski. And we'll be back in a few minutes on Fully Baked Radio. Okay, this is Fully Baked Radio. I'm going to attempt to walk inside. Phil, your mic is on. If you need to you're on the air. You're up. I will walk in with my letter. I just had my letter. Where'd my letter go? I just had it. Well, you try to listen to me. I'm going to try to talk. And if I fade off, if I fade away, just the music's here. But I'm here. And I'm here. And you're here. But you're good. You're good. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Put the cans on and take this mic then. I'm going to try to talk. I'll try to talk. Try to listen to me for a little bit. And if I fade off, just Phil knows which button to hit. I'm the red orange cable. Okay, Mr. Miller.
So they're off.
I hope they do well.
I do too. Who knows in New Jersey anymore?
I mean, yeah, if I can walk in there with a camera, I should be able to walk in there with a...
I'm going to be honest with you.
So I'm recording audio and video, right?
Yeah, well, also it could be more,
all 13 of them.
I don't know if they're on, But anyway, because that's going to have to go through another.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how far this goes. This should be interesting.
I said, wish him luck. There they go. It's kind of like such a scary place considering all our taxpayers.
Say something, Lefty. Still alive?
Legislators would rather you do that than go walking around.
Lefty?
They're all
Breaker 19.
Yeah, we did it last week, yeah. Yeah, well, we did it with 2 people last week.
A medical device. I gotta take this off.
I'm trying to hear him.
We're waiting on a response from Lefty. What they just did is they would decide to
Probably
hand
their
deliver letters to
the metal detector. I bet he had to take all that stuff and put it through the metal detector because we're so free. We have to undress before we go into a building we pay for.
Yeah. That's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah, we had to take everything off in probably about 5 seconds. He's been like, do you believe what they did to me?
All right, let's pull up some news.
That's how everybody's doing. Today in Jersey's beautiful. And I don't know, but I can tell the salaries are large here because the women are fierce. They're wearing nice clothes. Not that matters.
So, Jesse, while we're on the air.
Yeah, we can talk now. Wait, let's listen to Lefty. Hold on to get through. Oh, they wouldn't let him through. What?
Okay.
They turned him away.
They turned them away. They didn't even let them deliver their letters.
Can you see
This is ridiculous.
Guys, can you see that? Can you see that?
That did not last
Didn't
long
work out
at
too
all.
well. We got to take a walk to the main building, and this mic will not be picked up over there. So I'm gonna turn this mic off. But yeah, we have to go to the main building, right, Jim Miller? That's what they basically told us. Did you hear it online? Did you hear it or no?
No, we're going to lose the remote. We got to go over to the State House proper. We came in this way with one letter before, but he's right. We had to go on down the hall, then we had to go down an elevator, and we needed an escort. Apparently, so say the state trooper, just go in the main State House entrance, tell him where we're going. There it is. It's like 1 or 2 turns away or something. So
All right.
otherwise, he's
Good
just
luck.
trying to get rid of us,
Yeah.
and the doors are locked. I don't know.
Thought they gave you guys the boot. Thank
Of
God.
course. Well, guys, you're killing it. Good luck. Anybody got a cell phone on them? You should document it. Anybody want to take my cell phone?
Hell yeah.
I think that's right. Do you need a cell phone? Somebody should videotape it, right?
You're good.
Good, you got a camera. That's even better.
Keep talking. Just keep
Oh,
talking.
I guess you got to leave. That stinks.
Keep going.
So, guys, how do you feel about them saying we had to migrate to another section of the same building?
I don't know. Today's been all crazy and wacky. They had the lawnmowers on us.
the sprinklers.
Turn the sprinklers on us.
Although, ironically, the sprinkler dude hit me up on the corner saying, "You know, I could be holding a sign if I could." Why? Because they pay your paycheck and you're too scared. Sorry, I had to get that out. Well, what about these laws that they say, you know, what is it in the justice system? You know, you're innocent until proven guilty, right? Am I wrong? Is that right?
I wish that was the case.
It doesn't seem that way lately. I think it's like however much money you have, however much money you have to prolong it. That's who wins. At least that's my story. That's what's happened to me. $50,000+ on a fixed income, still on my 4th attorney, 5th prosecutor, and 4th judge because they don't want to deal with me.
Well, what is your story?
Well, my story is that I have been working all my life. I have a squeaky clean record. My dad's a fallen officer, Chicago PD. Rest in peace, Dad. And when I was 19, I got a job. I also went to college, all on my own scholarships. Nobody paid me and never been on any assistance. And then I got a job in New Jersey at 19, came here, and actually we got the largest contract with the Bush campaign called the Hope 6 Foundation, which nothing more or less was to rebuild all the projects because they were basically the most prime real estate in every major city: Chicago, Tampa, LA, New York, New Orleans. I could keep going. Tulsa, Oklahoma. And they were donated a lot of money to basically tear the projects down. I had to relocate everybody and find them housing, which was really hard. And then build back basically enough units to only put, let's say we had 100 people that should be there, 30. They called it a mixed income community at that point. So basically they tore down people's houses to not give it back to them. Did that for 12 years. Had a really bad boyfriend. And I was the victim of domestic violence. Was in a coma. Had to go through surgery for 3 years, in and out.
God bless you.
Well, thank you. You know, I'm kind of like the Ibonic woman. My arm and my back are titanium. Rawr. But, you know, I'm in incredible pain.
I'm afraid.
You should be. Very afraid. You know, as stoners were so scary.
Yeah.
Actually, it would probably help you better than anyone else on the street. But after that, I did it the doctor's way. I listened to them because, you know, they paid the money. They knew what they were doing, I thought. And walked in their office one day and said, "So, what's our plan?" They're like, "Hey, sweetheart." I said, "Hi." They said, "Well, you're going to be a pain patient for life." And I giggled and said, "Oh, yeah?" I said, "Is that what you paid all that money for there, those plaques on the wall?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, I'm not going to be your gerbil anymore. I'm not going to keep doing your invasive surgeries that you don't really know if are going to work." And I can say 4 years out of mainstream medicine, they don't work.
Really?
Your surgeries nor your pharmaceutical.
There's no way. They prescribe you medicine.
Oh, but if that medicine doesn't work, then guess what? They give you more. And when that doesn't work, whoa, then you got this illness. And then they mentally make you sick along with your bones deteriorating. So you think your full way of life needs to be a doctor's appointment. And I'm sorry, but coming from a person with a bright mind and loves to work and help people, I wasn't going to take that as an option. So I slammed my hands on the desk, and it might not have been the most appropriate thing to say, but I said, "I guess you never met a more hard-headed son of a bitch than me." And walked out of there, and it's been almost 4 years that I haven't taken any of their treatment, and I've been treating myself. And because of that, I had to grow my own medicine, being on a fixed income. And that's because our state's been taking our money since 2010, not allowing patients to get their medicine, even though we paid all cash for our card that a doctor can charge them any amount of money he wants to for. And I've paid all cash to the state just to get the card. That's like a driver's license, to be able to not get any medicine. So I either A, take this doctor's opinion to stay on these opiates that are causing our youth and our families to deteriorate today, and as well as killing my bones. And I have a federal document from the Social Security Administration that says I should be on medical marijuana because long-term opiate use causes liver and organ failure. I have that in black and white from a federal association, which is pretty amazing. And so I chose to go holistic and grow my own plants. And I had a friend that taught me a lot that I knew, turned into a rat, and they banged in my door, and they spent probably $250,000 for a little girl and her dogs, doing nothing more than treating her illness to hang their head and realize they were wrong. But they're charging me like the Boston bomber. They think I should be in jail 20 to 40 years for a plant.
What'd they catch you with?
They say I had 57 plants. Well, they only, when dried wet, got 6.5 ounces. And I can tell you that that is not the case. I mean, I was basically only. I mean, it's too much money between the nutrients, the power bill, and everything else. You can only grow enough for yourself if you're barely able to pay your bills as it is.
Did they shoot your dog? They like to shoot dogs when they raise
If they would
houses.
actually, I got to give it up to them. They didn't shoot my dog because they hung their head because what they knew they did was wrong, and they were asking me, should I leave water for my dogs? I'm like, oh, yeah, you want to ask me this after you ransacked my house, didn't find anything, and your little junior detective wants to look me in the face and say, where are the guns at? And I said, what guns? The guns that you saw on my Facebook? Oh, they're at the shooting range. Did you do any detective work? Because I shoot every Monday and Friday. I'm pro the Second Amendment. I truly believe the right to bear arms is something that we were given, but we also need to be given education on how to use guns. They're not for an argument. They're not for people to use as a way of discussion. They're for hunting, survival, and people that live in rural areas that you've probably never been to or know what they got to go through. The animals out there, let me just tell you, if you ain't got a gun, you better run or pray to God your feet are fast enough to run. I'm from Mississippi originally, so.
Wow, Southern gal.
And by the way, Mississippi Cannabis Coalition, shout out to you guys. You guys in the last couple months have definitely moved strong and moved very strong. And I wish you all the best, because if you can do it, my God, you're going to bring so much revenue to your state, and you're going to bring so much peace to a lot of families, because the opiate epidemic down there has been strong and in full effect.
That's where they're growing all the weed at.
No, actually, Mississippi State's been giving taxpayer dollars since the 70s to have the largest weed growing facility. They will not ever announce that it has any medical benefits, because if they do, then, oh my God, the feds are saying something that they can't, because they couldn't RICO Act everything involved with marijuana. Did you know that? Everything, dispensary, anything. The feds are going to take 40 cents off the top regardless. And if they say there's any medical benefit, they lose that 40 cents. So what does it come down to? Not your health, not your freedom. It comes down to money.
It's taking these people 40 plus years to find the medical benefits of marijuana. Give me a blunt or whatever. I'll find out some medical benefits.
And that's what
in
everything.
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I need one right now, just because. I don't know if anybody can see this. I hope you can. It's all titanium. If I don't wear shoes like this, it's not just for fashion, although they're cute. It's so my back doesn't hurt. And you know, I was forced to do these things because they said I wouldn't be able to walk if I didn't take those opiates. And you know what? There's going to come a point in time that I will have to take that crap. But I said, I'm 28 years old at this time. Why would I want to continue taking something that will have me dead by the time I need to take it? It's ridiculous.
What they have you on?
Oh, Lord of mercy. That's where we have enough time for that? I mean, soaking wet, I'm 115 pounds, and then me on something that could tranquilize an elephant. Luckily enough, I have a brain and wouldn't take all of it. So to me, you know, a lot of people want to throw religion in there, and they say state and church is separate. Well, me being from the Bible Belt, I know all about that. Well, they want to throw the cocoa plant in there. Aren't chemicals involved in the end result of a cocoa plant?
What's that? Sorry.
Cocoa plant makes cocaine.
From last time I checked, yeah.
And then poppy plants, they have to be chemically extracted to make heroin, right?
Last time I checked.
And we know our government's bringing that in by the boatload, FYI. And then, you know, the reason why is because the pharmaceutical companies are getting your kids and your families and your wives all sick in the brain to let them think that they're so sick they got to take these pills, either it be for depression, but most of the time pain, because those are the most addictive, because regardless if you're an addict or not, this is my little slogan I say, let me say this. Any little Russian guy in a laboratory that they're paying billions of dollars to make something the size of a Tic Tac or half the size of a Tic Tac that can take your complete mental, physical strength and own will over just by taking it at a certain, you know, daily or, you know, a couple times a day. If they're going to pay that guy billions of dollars to make something half the size of a Tic Tac, do you for 1 second think that shit is any good for you? No, because what it's going to do is make your mind, me, not wear a watch and keep coming back every 3 to 4 hours because your brain's looking for it. Now, there might be a time when I have to do that, but we need to cut that time down, and we need to cut those doses down, and the way to do that is through medical marijuana, because you know what? I'm living proof. Living proof. And you're looking at somebody who's not a criminal. You're looking at somebody who worked all her life to be beat up, to told, hey, you can't work anymore, and by the way, you got to live underneath the poverty income lines. And by the way, none of this medical marijuana stuff's going to be covered under your insurance that you're paying a boatload for.
But what's crazy is, though, America has a patent on cannabis, a plant. No, that's like patenting grass. You know.
You also know they let
a
somebody have the
wildflower.
rights to rainwater. And a man just went to jail in Kentucky last week because he was collecting rainwater on his own property. Do you know this happened back in the 90s? Do you know they allowed an investor to buy all the rights to the rainwater? Check it out.
Wow, really?
Really. So we live in a free country. My mama used to put buckets at the end of her gutters just
So
to
we
water
can't
her flowers.
Go in Kentucky and like just tilt our head backs and drink the rain.
Technically, that is illegal. And do you know why he was convicted? Neighbor beef.
Oh shit.
And then when the government saw what he was doing,
Snitch.
something against it, because guess what? They want you to drink that fracking water. They want those chemicals in you, because guess what? That keeps cancer around. And guess what? Marijuana treats cancer, and there's no money in a cure. It's real easy, people. It's not hard.
No. Google, YouTube.
You ain't even got to Google or YouTube. Walk out on your front steps if you live in an urban community. Look to your left, look to your right. How many doctor's offices, pain management clinics, or something do you see? And then how many homeless shelters do you see? How many new colleges and schools are being reconstructed? 0. Do you know why? How many jails are going up? A ton. They're all privately invested and financially backed. When are we as people going to look and say, God, yeah, we got it better than some countries, but last time I checked, this isn't the way that free people live.
How do we have it better than some countries? Sorry, I have the munchies.
Thank God. That's a good sign. I know, stoners are so bad. We eat and we try to help people and we try to manage our own pain with what God gave us. And they don't like it too, because everybody says this. You can't tax it, but you also cannot genetically modify it. And these genetically modified seeds are what's leading to all of our people getting these illnesses that have never been known before. Why are our children at rapid rates getting diagnosed with autism? They're getting diagnosed with Dempsey, which is the highest form of epilepsy, which causes children to not be able to function and be on liquid Xanax and morphine from the time of birth until after infancy. Guess what? Cannabinoids have been the only thing to cause those seizures to not just slow down, but to completely stop.
We have an endocannabinoid system in our bodies. Endocannabinoids, what's found in marijuana is found in our bodies. We have a system that's waiting for it to just soak it all in and help us feel good, feel better.
Yeah, because
Marijuana
God
should
knew
not
that we
be
needed
illegal.
that. Number one easy causes. Anybody ever stomach virus? Oh, God, we've all called out of work for a stomach virus. They're the worst. The best thing to treat a stomach virus is THC. Immediate effects is non-nausea. How many times have we all wanted to get out of that bathroom and lay in the bed and just please not have to get back up?
Time.
Medical marijuana is actually, or just marijuana, it's the most non-toxic thing that you can give yourself. And by the way, my vet said out of all of his tests in veterinarian school, it had the lowest toxicology reports out of anything they tested. But he was not allowed to tell me that. I wonder why.
We have the one and only Don Carp with us now.
Oh, yeah, where's Don? Yes, hi,
Don?
honey. Good to see you.
How's your day going, Don?
Here, take this microphone. It's way better.
Just turn me up. Just turn up the mic.
Oh, okay.
Get better?
Yep.
Turn his
we hear
mic
you.
up.
Hello? Can you hear
Turn it
it?
up. Yep. There you go. So how
Marijuana saved my life.
Yes, marijuana saved this man, and he is a veteran, and that's the reason why he can look so good in his sunshine on those steps.
I'd be
Praise the
one of
Lord.
22 veterans a day. I would be one of the 22 veterans a day that killed myself. I was on the path. I was on the path to killing myself. Marijuana helped me get off alcohol, get off oxycodone,
That's
get
awesome.
off Ambien, all of that crazy stuff.
Because pharmaceuticals are not a cure. They might be a Band-Aid, but they're
It's
not
the
a
weed.
cure.
Free the weed. Because of the weed, I'm here. I'm not a pothead. I'm a patient.
Amen.
I'm not a criminal. I'm a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen horrible things that you people wouldn't even imagine. I've seen things that none of you people could even imagine. Horror. I was going to kill myself over the horror. Drinking alcohol, taking oxycodone, all given to me by the VA. Screw that.
Just to keep your
I
mind
smoke a little bit
numb.
of weed, I stay home, I relax, and I don't go out and fight and get in trouble and do stupid things and
Flashbacks.
So I go out now, get arrested for fighting, or whatever. Yeah, get arrested for weed ruins your whole life.
Amen.
Crazy.
So there you go.
Good
fired
enough,
up today.
Good enough to fight for your country. but
Yeah,
not
if somebody
good
has a
enough to
DUI,
smoke
I
the
think they
weed.
allow, 5 or 6 DUIs before they give you any real time, don't they?
What's that?
5 or 6 DUIs before you get in trouble too much, because everybody here likes to get their cocktails on at about happy hour, right?
That's
On
right.
that company dime.
That's right. I can't tell you how many times I got away with it. I never got caught for a DUI. Like
And
I
how
said, I
much
never
more
got
dangerous
caught.
is that? How much more dangerous is, and
Exactly,
we're
my
all
point.
guilty. We're not angels. We're not
That's
trying to
my
say that.
point. I would go out and get hammered and drive, do stupid stuff because I made a lot of stupid decisions when I was drunk. However, I make a lot of stupid decisions when I'm stoned, but they're more like what time to go to bed, whatever.
Or should I stop eating? Or
Yeah, sure. I'm hungry. I need to.
what
go make
movie should I play again?
Anybody got any Cheetos?
Right, knocking on your neighbor's door like, hey, you got some of that leftovers we had yesterday?
Sure,
Yes,
go
ma'am.
right
Here, ask it. We need to educate you on how the Christie Foundation has criminalized us and locked us away. It was legal by Mr. Corzine, but the Christie administration does not support it.
No. Yeah, cannabis is not legal. No. No, they have they have a medical program, but the medical program is highly constricted. It's double the price of what's on the black market. So patients that are in the medical program still have to go on the streets and find their drug. So here goes. the
Those
patient
things
right
are
there.
outrageously
We're all
expensive
patients.
to get one of those.
Just for an ounce of medicine for a patient, they'll spend around $535 just for 1 ounce.
And on a quality from 1 to 10, it's below
For a normal
1.
person, that's not even a
Exactly.
patient. That's not even a month's worth of medicine.
Exactly.
A week, maybe 2 weeks.
So with that 1 ounce will probably last you for a week and a half if you're
Hey, girlfriend.
depending on how you are, So
So how do you get the prescription for it?
That's why we're here.
Every doctor can regulate how much they charge. They can regulate how many visits.
I'm a veteran, ma'am. I'm a veteran up here. I'm a veteran of post-traumatic, ma'am.
You have to see a doctor, a qualifying doctor that's in the program. The doctors that are listed, they have to meet high restrictions themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's many ailments that chronic pain is not included. That's at first I wasn't included in the program because I had titanium cases in my lower back and a few other issues in my back, so I'm on permanent disability. I didn't qualify for the first few years, but the spasms I get in my back, I qualified under that law.
Talking to Mike.
That condition.
Mike.
It's terrible. It's the only.
Talking to the mic.
The only prescription in the state of New Jersey that's taxed. You go get your taxed 7% state sales tax.
And all cash, no
Yeah.
insurance.
Yes, must be cash.
I don't qualify for it. I'm 100% disabled from the VA, Veterans Administration, and I do not qualify for medical marijuana.
And the federal government just last week passed that the VA hospitals are not allowed to cancel you guys on
Well, I'll
medical
tell you what
programs.
happened to me. I was on oxycodone and all that stuff. I had all kinds of drugs in me from the VA, and I started to smoke weed instead of the oxycodone because I was getting out of control of the oxycodone. So I started smoking weed to help me relax and relieve my pain. And what happened was I came up as a positive piss test for test for marijuana by the VA because I get a blood test every 6 months. They do all kinds of blood work, and the fact that I had a positive blood test for marijuana, they stopped my oxycodone on the spot. They stopped it on the spot.
And Chris Christie's actually stopped it coming in the state.
The VA's policy is if you have a marijuana in your system, they will not give you any kind of opiates. So I got cut off cold, and I went into what do you call it, withdrawals and all of that stuff, and I had to go beg a doctor to just help me give me
It's
some.
basically death. You're
crazy.
reborn if you're a religious woman. You die, you see Jesus, and you have to come back if you're strong enough. And God bless him for being here today. That
Only
pays the
certain
state
doctors.
money.
But you
They
have
have
to
to publicly list themselves as a medical marijuana doctor.
The last I recall, I think there's only 300 and something doctors registered.
If that.
Jersey. There's like almost 30,000 doctors registered.
And let.
You have to dig in. Department of Health.
Yeah, there's a Department of Health. You can. Yeah, Department of Health runs the program.
But we're here also handing letters to senators. They vote 13-0 to not allow veterans to have PTSD as a qualifying factor to be on the medical program, because then if they were able to be on the medical program, he would be able to have that blood test and be able to continue seeing his insured doctors and the people he'd been with us however long.
And then I wouldn't even have, like I said, I'm off Ambien, is a direct, Ambien and oxycodone are two drugs I'm directly off of from the VA because of medical marijuana. The other one is a drug that's way worse than marijuana is alcohol. I'm off of that too.
Amen for that. God bless you. That's awesome.
I was going to kill myself on that alcohol.
My father died from cirrhosis of the liver, and I never saw him until I was 19 when he was about to die. And let me tell you, he was still getting beers in the ICU. That's a horrible disease, alcoholism. But our veterans are being forced to the bottle and forced to the whiskey and the moonshine because they have no other choice, because what they've seen, so that everybody can look cute here and everybody can look at us from their mini blinds up there in your cute little quaint air conditioning offices with your cute little outfits and the sunshine, and they can't even deal with the memories they had to deal with.
Like, if a veteran comes home from the war and he's got he doesn't want to go out to the bar, and he goes out and he buys himself a little bag of weed, and and he's on his way home to smoke his weed, he gets pulled over, he's in jail, it ruined the rest of his life. Do you think that's not going to affect him for the rest of his life? Just the fact that now he's a criminal and he fought for our country? It happened to me. It happened to me. I got arrested for
Me too. And I'm someone who has zero criminal record. I was a victim of domestic
violence. I have a
violence.
criminal record because of marijuana in New York State.
Well, I will probably when all hell breaks loose and is done.
My girl, excuse me.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but thank God.
Yeah, about the PTSD, her nephew, my girl Donna, okay, he was active overseas, and he came back. He was home maybe, I'm going to say 8 to 10 months before the demons were like all through him, and the VA was only doing what they could, all the prescription pills, all that crap, alcohol. If he would have had a chance for marijuana, he wouldn't have stuck a gun in his mouth. He was only home, but not even 10 months, I guess, home from overseas. And this was back in 2008, 2006. 20-something years old, young kid, young man, just back home.
And how about a few months ago, I forget what the exact block for marijuana was, but they blocked marijuana in the same week the House and the feds or whatever passed a super Vicodin pill. I have yet to know much about it.
Yeah, they got that new thing.
It's a super Vicodin.
Super opiate.
Anything that's made out there that they say can't be broken down, can't be shot up, can't be whatever is time released, there is someone out there that will break your code. Pharmaceuticals are no way of life. They're a necessity for certain things to get done for certain people, a particular way of life, but it's not a lifestyle. And our country wants us to be dumbed down. They want us to be sheep instead of lions. And I'm a lion. You're a lion. Look at your mane.
Yeah, pharmaceuticals are man-made. Pharmaceuticals are made in laboratories by people just like you and I who can make mistakes and things like that.
And methodically thought out about how to mind fuck you.
Exactly. Cannabis is a plant that God put on this earth, or whoever you believe in. It grows from the ground. It grows anywhere you put the seeds at. It's here for a reason. It's in our systems for a reason.
Monsanto cannot genetically modify it. You know why? Because God put it here as medicine.
And that's why America's patented it. Try to make it into a pill. They can't make it into a pill.
Marinol.
You can't just make it CBD only. No, you need THC. You need everything. People need to be healed.
And it grows like a tomato plant. How many people want to get those topsy-turvies and look like they know what they're doing in their cul-de-sac? Well, you could do the same thing with your medicine if you needed to. It's nothing more.
Pharmaceuticals cause liver damage.
Long term.
I had that too. I have liver damage from the oxycodone. I had liver issues from all the oxycodone.
And what about the bowel impactions and the intestinal issues they cause?
Just listen to any of the pharmaceutical commercials.
Not everyone suffers from that, but I was one of those as well.
Listen to the pharmaceutical commercials. All the side effects that they list.
As they're smiling and skipping through the park, and they have no budget problems, and they don't live like you, and we're better than you, but your liver will die, your heart's going to blow up.
Your pancreas, you don't need that.
At all.
Yeah, talk girl here. Take that. Hello, everybody. I just wanted to say
Hey,
words
Morgan.
that are the most important words of every day to hear, and that is, I love you.
Oh, you're amazing, and you know
Love
what? Those
you
are
too,
super
Morgan.
important.
I love you.
Peace, love, and weed.
Girl, you just run your mouth and tell people how you feel because it's the truth and from the heart. If you're gonna
Yeah,
say
you don't
I
call
love
in
you,
anymore, so might as well.
I'll tell you about that later on, sweetheart.
well, that's fine. You got time.
What do I do?
Just put these on your head and yap away.
I never met you before.
Oh, I'm Jessie, girl. I'm bad with names and stuff. Were you here last week, maybe?
No, I wasn't here last
I'm
week.
from South Jersey. That's probably why I'm down there a lot. Oh. Well, thank you, girl.
She's gorgeous.
These are my orthopedic shoes, though.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm here.
Don't say that too loud.
What?
Cats might be coming.
But she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
So what's going on, Morgan? How you been?
Come on, Morgan.
I went
Feeling
to
a lot better?
I'm feeling better. I went to the doctor's yesterday. I might have to get surgery in the summer.
No. Really? Why?
I have a dilated vein in my uterus, and I have a lot of cysts, so I might have to get an ovary taken out and part of my uterus. Yeah, I'm not that excited about it, but it is what it is.
Sounds horrible.
And I can't have kids. I probably won't be able to have kids, but I'm okay with that because I will adopt. But I'm not ready for kids right now. I think you know I'm not ready for kids right now.
Maybe. You never know.
You never know.
Never know. So, you all right? You still kicking?
Yeah, I'm still kicking. I'm still going to work, being a businesswoman.
You in pain?
Am I in pain right now?
Throughout the day, not now.
Yeah, I'm in pain throughout the day.
Does weed help?
And I have to do it after I get done work because I can't go to work under the
You're
influence.
not a functional pilot.
I know I can't. I'm not. So the doctor gave me some other medicine.
Oh man, boo! What kind of medicine he give you?
Something very low grade called Tylenol 3.
Tylenol's
It's not like I'm taking. It's not like I'm taking, Oxycontin or Panas or Vicodin or anything like that. It's something very low grade.
Yeah. Well, you're a smart woman.
I am. Believe it or not.
Stay away from the bad stuff.
Yeah.
All that Dilaudid, Vicodin, Percocets.
Well, when I was in the hospital 2 weeks ago, the pain was so bad.
They gave you Dilaudid, didn't
They shot me up twice with Dilaudid.
Like, that's their first resort.
And then they shot me up another time with morphine. And I was
zombie.
I was comfortably numb, as Pink Floyd would say. I was like, "Ooh," I was like, "This is pretty." And that's how I can see why people can get addicted to things such as heroin. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it does give you a rush when they put it through your vein. It's disgusting.
Yeah. I was reading an article on addiction the other day, and it brought up an interesting point that people aren't addicts. People are addicted to certain things to mask downfalls in their life,
right.
Try to be normal pretty much. So if smoking a joint or drinking a beer makes them feel normal, they'll do it. And then the more that they don't feel that they're normal, the more that they'll start drinking. And is that the point that they were trying to make is that these people should be treated and not arrested, jailed, and things like that.
Correct. And I mean, I've had a lot of family members that have gotten addicted to prescription pain pills, and also then they've graduated to the horse, is what I say. They went to heroin. And the thing of it all is,
it's tomatoes.
The pain pills are synthetic heroin, pretty much.
Exactly.
And with heroin, that's just a type of that's the worst. That's the lowest of the low. You might as well just tell yourself, okay, see you later. I'm out of here.
Devil comes in a needle.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I do not condone that, and I do not. I'm a very big advocate against mothers who do drugs like that. I had to actually do some certain things with my cousin who has a child. She was making heroin runs with her child in the car and putting the bags and the babies diaper bag. Well, whatever. My family is not really functional, but whose family is?
That's sick.
Yeah. Anyway, how you been, dear?
I've been good.
Yeah. Do we even have any viewers?
Sober. A few.
Hi, everybody.
Handful.
This is Eleanor. I love you.
Is it Eleanor or Morgan?
On Facebook it's Eleanor Rigby, but people who actually know me, who have status with me, can call me Morgan.
All right, so I can call him Morgan. Everybody
You
else.
can call me Morgan. You can call me
Eleanor.
Motown.
Motown. All right, Motown. We're about to go to break.
Okay, let's go to
I'm
break.
sobering up, and I need to smoke some weed. So.
Yeah, I need to make a phone call anyway.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Full
Thank
Take
you.
Radio. We'll be right back.
All right, thank you. Love you.
You move to the country. You live in the hills. You think you're far from the wind. When you check it, then when you spine glass, they want to know Rasta business.
at almost 2 o'clock. What time are we breaking it down?
Hold on.
Go.
I don't know. I was waiting on Letty.
Yeah, before we back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they're still in there. Ken said he just had somewhere to be.
Who's that?
Ken was telling me he left early because he had somewhere to be. I'm glad to see you guys here. Just, I said I didn't. I wish I would have known earlier. I'll be here all the time. I'll be.
Come through on Mondays. We're at the social.
What's up with Monday?
That's like.
Is that here in
main,
China?
Yeah.
I just try to watch my titties with all the driving I do.
Where you at?
South Jersey. Yeah, and I go to a lot of music scenes, so like my music, like money's already paid and bought for, so now I'm really budgeting.
Oh, you do music?
I travel around to see a lot of music, but I'm into like a ton of music. Like I was in the band. I should have played the drums, but I just never did. But I like, I'm into music everywhere. Like I go to different festivals and stuff. Tonight I'm going up to New York to see my buddy who plays in the Allman Brothers, but he has a side band for a salsa group. I like his salsa. Yeah, so I'm wearing these shoes and my back doesn't hurt, so I can deal with salsa a little bit. Hi guys, who's your lunch today? I'm good. Sunshine's out. Come be out here. Help us with our veterans getting some help. We need that. Our veterans got 13-0 voted against their PTSD via qualification for medical marijuana. Got me, your dad, God bless by him. Help us because they voted against it. Talk to all your people, get a bottle of wine, the sunshine's out, a barbecue. I know you know people. That's how you get it done. Touch them on the inside and stuff. Like, come on, his dad had it, so there you go. Now you know that. They're like, no, I'm talking to my dad. I think this is the other one.
Yeah, right.
Jen's got to be home for his kid. I don't know if his mom picks his kid up. He's always keeping me on schedule. Hi, lady. Where's Chris Christie at? I want to see him myself right here. I was told he spent $80,000 every time he stays somewhere for one night for his food bill.
He spent $82,000 on alcohol, junk food, at like football clubs.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was hearing about. Okay.
Yeah, and his salary is $150,000. Like, what the fuck? Like, how does that?
It's per diem. It's expense travel expenses. He writes it
No, I
all
know.
off his ass.
He has an asshole because there's like governors that are
Like we get like $30 for my company. I get like $15 for breakfast, $20 for lunch, and like $40 for dinner. Make it work, bitch. And if you want to order more, pay for it. That's what he should do. So, maybe I should make a sign that says Christian
That's the sign.
right? And like a donut. I'm definitely making a sign with Wheatley and a neat that with a sign underneath. Please educate your children that this is not equal this honor, not the same marijuana sign. How are you? Enjoy the sunshine we had today.
Beautiful day.
Sorry, Mom. Bring me my belly really tight up there in North Jersey Lake. Gotta go there tonight. Go home and go there tonight. Then I go to the test today. So there. Saturday. Then go off to music Saturday. I should text him and be like, I want to see.
Where's Donzo? Across the street? Where's Donzo? Across the street?
Now they all went over to what's in it. They went to give out those papers. Don, he might have went to the bathroom.
There's a smile. That's great. Good,
Yeah, here we go.
How'd it go? How'd it go?
Hey, what happened to you? Oh, yeah.
So what do you say?
We got pretty shocked then into him and the guidance been putting forward the coalition to legalize. And he shows
Back on Fully Baked Radio. What's that?
It was great to see you, darling. We held it down while you were gone, and I'm glad you got to meet a few senators. I'll see you next week. Let's kick ass and take names.
Thank you, Jesse. Good seeing you again. Awesome. Thank you so much for guest hosting with Flip Marley today. So we had an interesting visit to the State House. Jim, thank you, buddy. Look at that fat joint. You're not going to smoke that with me, huh? I'd love to, but we got to tell a story now. Flip, where you at? Where you at?
So how did everything go?
Here, put on your cans, I'll tell you. Well, Phil, I think Jim, hey, Joanne, what's going on? How are you? We just went inside the State House and delivered our letters. You were there? Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Let me grab you. Let me grab one of you guys with a mic here. Yeah, it was interesting. I delivered my letter. Philippe delivered his letter. Actually, we both delivered to the same room. It was very easy, very, very simple. But on our way out, we met the House Minority Leader, Tom Kaine. That was great. Hey, Jim Miller, why don't you tell the podcast? Yeah, it was.
Did he vote yes?
Jim Miller would know more about that. Jim Miller, come here, Jim Miller. Have your conversation on there with Philippe.
Miller time.
Miller time and Philippe time. Both of you guys. Get over here. You bums. Hey. Jim Miller. Come over here, both of you. You got having a great conversation off the air. Come on, man. What happened, bro? Nah, stay flip.
I'm gonna give him a seat.
Yeah, there you go. Here, have a headphone. So that was interesting, man. Here you go. We met the House Minority Leader. That's pretty amazing.
That was something, huh?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, what happened, to sum it up, is we went into the State House to deliver our letters to our respective senators through the Senate Majority Office and the Senate Minority Office, because they can get put directly in their inbox. We know it's getting where it's going, and it comes in hand delivered. That means we're serious. We're already here. It's not that we're serious. It's perception. We are that serious, though. Now, on the way out, I looked up and I go, is that Senator Tom Kaine Jr. coming down this narrow hallway? Got to walk right by us? Tom Kaine Jr. was state senator 8 years ago. He ran for United States Senate, and he wouldn't answer a simple question about where he got his information being against medical marijuana. So at that beach walk, I brought the late, great Cheryl Miller's memorial wheelchair, put a sign in it. It was obviously a memorial wheelchair. Quote from Cheryl saying, I think multiple sclerosis patients deserve all options, including medical marijuana. And then underneath it, a quote allegedly from Tom Kaine, Senator Tom Kaine, no marijuana for Cheryl. So all I wanted that day on the beach was for him to give me 60 seconds of his time. I had a tape recorder in my shirt pocket. He said, I don't have time to talk to you now. I go, why? You're on a beach walk talking to people. I'm here. I'm on the beach. Let's talk. And he refused. So I gave him a handout I had explaining things I would be handing out to people. And he walked up to a blanket. And he said, hi, I'm Tom Kaine, Senator Tom Kaine Jr. I'm running for the United States Senate. And before he knew what hit him, there's a wheelchair right next to him. And I go, hi, I'm Jim Miller. I'm obviously not here with Senator Tom Kaine because of his position on medical marijuana that my late wife shouldn't have had it. Now the entire blanket of 6 people is now looking at me. He keeps talking. The problem with Washington is, and they're listening to me. We talk simultaneously. He didn't know what to do. So then I said, tape recorder, 1 minute and I'm out of here. And he said no, and he walked to another blanket, and I walked with him, and we did it again. He walked to another blanket, I walked with him. I was embarrassed for him. He couldn't get away from me, and he couldn't leave. He was being bullied by me. So I said, listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you your wish. I will leave you alone, but watch out what you wish for. It might come true. Then came the embarrassing part. Oh, no, that wasn't embarrassing enough for him. I went down the beach, talking to people, pointing at him, and the first time I found somebody who said, my father died of cancer and it helped him, I go tell him about it. And the guy went virtually stalking up to Tom Kean 30 yards away and was very animated. And Senator Tom Kean Jr. looked up at me. I said, got what you wish for. And I poisoned the beach in front of me. Had a very bad day. Fast forward to last week. He walked by over there, and I said, Senator Tom Kean Jr. And he waved, and all I could think of saying was, has anybody follow you down the beach with a wheelchair lately? And he put his head down and stalked in.
Oh,
now
Jim.
today, I look down, and there he is, and he can't get around us.
He couldn't walk away from Philippe.
No, so we got film, I believe.
Yeah, we have
5
footage.
minutes of the footage.
Oh my goodness, Jim.
Of that, and we both agreed that it wasn't personal.
No.
He's a lot bigger in person. He's actually taller than me and bigger. I was surprised.
He kept entering your space. He kept inching closer to you.
Yeah, but I didn't mind that at all. You know, I really don't.
You didn't
Anyway,
back off.
we both agreed that it wasn't personal, and that's what we do. Yes, it was personal with me then, and yes, it was personal with him. But we say no, it's not personal. Of course, it's not personal. We're just doing what we got. We're doing what we got to do. So I asked if he might want to talk later with a combat veteran we're standing right there with, and introduced him to Philippe. And he was duly impressed, and I think he realizes that well, of course, kidding around, I said, just don't vote no. I'm only kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Just don't vote no, because what we're doing here is vilifying the people who voted no in the assembly without explaining their vote, and then turning around and seeing Tom Kean, and he knows what we're doing here, and he knows he's going to be on the receiving end otherwise. So I would fully expect, mark my words, however you mark words, that he's going to abstain or not vote. He's not going to vote against it. He will not vote against it.
How could you? He doesn't look like a commie. Not really. He looks like a Republican American.
They're the most dangerous kinds.
Yeah, it's true. He looks like a Jeb Bush kind of guy. You know?
Yeah.
How was the response when you guys got inside and dished out the letter?
The offices, they're just staffers taking things. They're paid to do that.
Yeah.
And if and when they see anybody, the point is they can pass along. Anybody can pass along with a hand-delivered letter. Yeah, they seem to know what they're talking about. They're respectful. See, they got a combat veteran with them. It's very hard to ignore them.
You can't ignore that.
We will not be ignored.
Yeah.
Much like.
Oh, there he is.
I always feel like Glenn Close when I say that. Remember Fatal Attraction, where she's telling Michael Douglas, "I will not be ignored," and then she cut off a rabbit's head and made stew or something like that. Yeah. Every time I hear myself saying "we will not be ignored," I try not to do a Glenn Close impression because it'd take too much explaining. So anyway, it was very interesting. I'm loving the fact that the hand delivery gets us inside, that we're out front of their workplace today. Last week, we'll be at the State House the next 2 weeks. And then we have to jumble up a schedule then between here, there, and maybe the health department. But the regularity of Thursdays and having the podcast here so anybody can see it worldwide, I believe is developing into the potent combination I always knew it would be. And like I told you guys, I went out on a limb here with my domestic relationship and kind of going all in to do whatever it is y'all podcasting need for me to do for you to podcast anything you care to having to do with marijuana.
You're betting on a winning team.
I am.
So you like Pete Rose. You're only betting on winners.
Well, the thing is, starting the season off quick like that, we got a good batting average. Nobody's looking to send us to the minors right now. We're doing very well. We saw legislators last week, Republicans and Democrats alike. And honestly, I think none of us can possibly imagine. You watch, by the end of the year, we're going to look back and go, "There's no way we could have seen that coming." Whatever it is, and it's going to be good. I think we found our playing field. Playing field sucks. Not slanted in our favor at all. Totally slanted against us, except
not anymore.
We found a spot of that field where we not only get to play, we get to be really good at it. And develop and think and not get stagnant. The beauty of doing it once a week. You add to it, you refine.
It's playing offense, Jim. It's something we've never done before as activists, playing offense.
We've almost always been defense.
It's always been defense.
You're right. So today, we played a little of both. I mean, we're being rather defensive with the no votes, and we're going to make them defend their votes, but we're literally sending a message visually to the senators that walk by here. It's sort of like, what are they doing? Well, that's the Republican Assembly people that voted no. They got a sign each. Oh, look at that one. That looks bad. So when it comes down to casting a no vote or an abstention,
can't avoid us.
No, they can go for an abstention. That's what it's for, and we'll help them do that. It's only 40 senators. It's a pretty good majority. I think it's a plurality, eight more Democrats than Republicans.
So are you optimistic on this bill passing all the way?
Actually, I'm very optimistic that it gets to the governor's desk. Now, much like the governor wanted to pump up his victory over Barbara Bono by 20 points because of how it looks, we're taking the same page there. We want to pump up the vote. We want abstentions instead of no votes. The 53-13 had 14 votes that were no votes. 11 were from, or 9 were from Republicans. So, but what you hear is the yays and the nays. 53-13. That's awesome. Out of 40 votes, if it came up something like 26-7-7, 26-7, that sends a message to the governor that if he vetoes it without style at all, there's a possibility of his first veto override being undertaken on this issue. Veterans post-traumatic stress is a very hot topic, and we're going to make them look like they're disrespecting all veterans.
Not make them look like they are disrespecting them.
Yeah, we're going to shine that light on them.
It's disrespecting, not supporting these guys in every possible way possible.
And not talking to them. I mean, you can't. Yeah, the question is, where did you get your information when you voted no? And it's more of a demand. We know what faulty information leads to. It led to a war. You keep hearing faulty information. So if they've gotten their information from one source, and that source is against medical marijuana, they're looking for a reason to vote no. They're not looking for the right way to vote. They're looking to substantiate.
They most likely paid that source
anyway. They're trying to cover their tracks with that, and normally that works. Not today. Not last week. Didn't work.
2015.
Yeah, we're showing up, and we're going to be here every Thursday. And I think Ricardo Rivera put it best. I love what he said.
Say it.
You're either going to run with us,
yes,
you're going to run away from us, or we are going to run you over.
Right on.
Does it not feel like that after today's little encounter?
That's hardcore, man.
Shout out to Ricardo.
Yeah.
It's nothing but true.
It's true. And he's fighting for his daughter's life. There's nothing,
He'll run over anybody.
No, yeah.
I met him from him getting tossed out of a Christie Town Hall, and the picture was so awesome. He was just that fatherly, I'm taking care of my daughter gesture, and the man became a full-timer that day. He's just,
You can't screw with people's families. Come on, man. Really? What's wrong with these people?
He doesn't get do-overs with Tuffy.
No.
His daughter. He has to get it right, and her damage neurologically can be lasting if it's put off by not having proper treatment.
I think that she's going to be okay.
She has made so many improvements. My God.
Yeah.
I remember when she had to get pushed into the state house.
You remember, you saw her that long ago, pushed in, wheeled in with a helmet on, and now I'm looking at videos of her like chasing a butterfly with the sweetest smile I've ever seen on a human being's face ever.
Can't help but to fight for that.
We're on the right side. We know it. I'm just proud to be with people that show up every week. It's a small group of us, I know, but we're definitely spreading the love around. People say this is fun. It was easy. And a lot of classrooms walk on by. We educate the kids. They're the ones that they don't seem to mind. So listen, I'm going to start picking up. It was a pleasure to go in and talk with Senator Tom Kane Jr. Notice how I pause? See, that's what I used to do to want to talk to him. I said, Tom Kane Jr., not the real one. No, actually.
The real one?
Yeah, actually.
Wow, did you say that just now? Really?
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, in all honesty, I was impressed by him having the conversation he did with us.
No, that was
I
great.
was impressed, and I got to say, there's probably some things I would take back and actually apologize for if he just sits down and talks like that again. 8 years ago, he didn't have time to give me a minute, and he paid the price. We talked for 5 minutes today, and he didn't seem in a huge hurry to leave. So, I'm going to probably wipe the slate clean, give him a chance. I apologize for, it's kind of being a jerk 8 years ago, but it's what I do,
I know the feeling.
And I did it specifically to embarrass him, and it did. So, I believe I owe him a front door approach. We were civil, and I'd like to, I'll follow it up with a request to see if Phil and I can go in and talk with him being a veteran, a combat veteran with post-traumatic stress, and me knowing where the I's and need to be dotted and T's need to be crossed. So Phil and I will tag team him if he gives us a chance. And I think he will, because then he can say, I'm not voting against this bill. I just talked to a guy. His heart's in the right place. He does have. We got to respect that. I do believe. I'm always proud when a veteran takes that extra step, because post-traumatic stress is something that you can't get out and talk about or exacerbate. It makes it worse. All respect for Phil for putting on the uniform today and going on in and setting the example. And I got to tell you, we are treated so much sweeter when he's with us with a uniform on. It's sort of like, we get treated with respect because of you, Phil. I mean, not that we don't deserve it. We'll take respect however we can get it. But just you coming in to be there, and you are kind of quiet. You're not in anybody's face. You're so easy to listen to. I really look forward to doing this again with you at your own pace. Whenever you need me, I will be there for you. I promise you that, brother. All right, man. This is good. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, this is a good day, Phil.
It was a good day.
Good day, man. Wow.
Yeah. All right, listen, let me give up my seat to Phil.
Yeah, we're going to close out the show.
I'm surrounded by Phil.
Jim, thank you so much.
Well, man, thank you guys for doing this every week. I think the relationship between the podcast and the weekly thing here, it's a symbiotic relationship, totally synergistic. I mean, you're worth 2, I'm worth 2. Sitting down together, we're worth 10. That's synergy.
Your math sucks, Jim. Really.
It's synergy. Look it up. It'll explain it. Where the sum of the parts is, the total of the sum of the parts is greater than the parts.
No.
SYNERGY. Look it up. Get back to me.
All right,
I said it right. I just, you always find a way to do that to
I'm
me.
sorry, Jim.
Was it last week? You were talking, you said, yeah, what'd you have for dinner last night? And I went, see, that's what I mean about people that
You did remember
smoke.
it 10 minutes later.
Yeah, 10 minutes
And
later.
you spoke out of turn and just blah, blah, you just blurted it out in the middle of a conversation.
I don't mind being embarrassed. Hey, if it's for the, there's a lot. I'm pretty used to it by now. It's not like the first time, and it won't be in the last 500.
Well, this has been your bonus coverage of the weekly State House Smokedown. You have an extra half hour of coverage today. Phil, anything to announce before we go?
Nothing, tune in to Fully Baked Radio on Monday on fullybakedradio.com. Have lots more exciting guests to call in and speak to.
Anybody Monday coming in that we know about yet?
Not coming in, no.
Or calling in?
Dr. Dina.
Nice.
Alan Brochstein.
Nice.
A couple people, a couple big names, a couple big hitters.
We're the big hitters.
We bring in them. Yeah, it's a big hitter party.
So, Flip, since the Weed Man's not here today, can you give us some wise words of the week to live by?
My wise words of the week is, if you see a vet, thank them and show them your appreciation and let them know that they're right.
Hell yeah. Hey,
My
I
wise
think you should take the spot over for Weed Man. I like your wise words now.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a fan.
Let's put that in works.
We're going to talk about this now. Weed Man, I think you're out, bro.
Give him the boot.
All right, man. See you
All right,
Monday,
guys.
y'all.
Peace.
Have a good one. See ya.
What I usually say, Babylon, this is the final day.